Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to learn the rules of our game. The name of the game is Banana Ball, and in Banana Ball, we have 9 rules. Rule number 1, every inning counts. You win the inning, you get a point. How do you win the inning? Score more runs than the other team. The final inning counts the most, where every run counts for a point. Rule number 2, we have 9 innings or a 2-hour time limit, unless, rule number 3, if we are tied, it will force a one-on-one showdown tiebreaker, 1 hitter versus 1 pitcher with 1 fielder. Rule number 4, there is no bunting because bunting sucks. If you bunt, you're thrown out of the game. Swing the bat. Rule number 5, batters can steal first base. Rule number 6, there are no walks in Banana Ball. Ball 4 is a sprint. The runner can go as far as they want till all 9 fielders touch the ball. Rule number 7, batters may not step out of the batter's box. If they do, he'll call it a strike. Rule number 8, there are no mound visits. And rule number 9, the most fans first rule of them all. If any of you fans catch a foul ball in this game, it counts as an out. And ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever in history, right here in Nashville, Tennessee, we are introducing the Banana Ball Challenge Rule. It works like this. Each team will be allowed to challenge 1 ruling on the field per game. They may challenge a fair or foul ball call, a force or tag play at a base or at home plate, or a catch play in the outfield or the infield. Each team gets 1 per game. Challenges will be reviewed by our broadcast team and relayed to our umpiring staff. If the challenge is successful, they will retain that challenge. Now the teams each get a challenge. But ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever in all of professional sports history, you, the fans, have the opportunity to challenge 1 play. And we are going to choose a designated representative. We selected them earlier. They are responsible baseball fans, and they have a big burden to satisfy by representing all of you. You will vote for the one that you think is the most worthy. We are going to find out why they should be our fan challenge representative. So first up, let's introduce Shannon St. Philip. Shannon, why should you be the fan representative?
I should be the fan representative because I played softball all my life. I've coached it. I've seen the good and bad calls. I'm here to make those calls for you.
She sounds locked in, tapped in, and ready to go. That's Shannon St. Philip, long history playing some softball. All right, I've got Crystal Steen here. Crystal, tell us about yourself.
I should be the fan representative because I'm a baseball boy mom. Baseball from morning till night, and I know a bad call when I see one.
Every night, every weekend out there on the ball field with her son. She's even got earrings with his name on it. And last but not least, I've got Joey Green. Joey, why should you be the fan representative?
Because I've been coaching baseball for years, and I've been playing baseball. I've got a son who plays travel ball. I've got another son that I coach travel ball for, and I've about been thrown out 3 or 4 times, so I know what the calls are.
He has been thrown out of 3 to 4 games. I don't know if that's good or bad, but he is passionate, and we like that. Fans, it is time for you to decide. How did we feel about Shannon St. Philip? How about Crystal Steen? And what about Joey Green? All right, ladies and gentlemen, Joey, it sounds like you are going to be our fan representative. So, Joey, I want you to repeat after me. This is an important role, a important responsibility. We're going to first don you with your attire for the evening, since you are going to be the judge here as a fan. Repeat after me. I, Joey Green.
I, Joey Green.
Do solemnly swear to represent the fans.
Do solemnly swear to represent the fans.
In Nashville and around the world.
In Nashville and around the world.
By challenging 1 play in this game.
By challenging 1 play in this game.
Honestly and fairly.
Honestly and fairly.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, by the power vested in me by Banana Land and the great state of Tennessee, I present to you your fan representative for the first ever challenge game. Give it up for Joey Green. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the traditional Banana Ball weigh-in. First, making his way out of the party animals dugout, he is a lean, mean party machine. When I say lean, I'm talking 6% body fat. This man's muscles have muscles. Give it up for Jason Swan. He comes in this evening at 197 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal. And opposing him, making his way out of the Savannah Bananas dugout. He is the heartthrob of Bananaland. He receives more legitimate marriage proposals in 1 week than most of us will ever receive in our lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the one and only Noah Bridges. He comes in this evening at 190 pounds of pure potassium power. And now, home plate umpire, Randy Voss. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, direct your attention down the right field line, because it's time to meet the cast of your 2023 Banana Ball World Tour.
As Jesse Cole and company parade onto the field here at First Horizon Park, I slam, and I mean I absolutely slammed the bejesus out of Josh Talevsky's headset, but we're ready to rumble up in the booth. You survived the accident, huh?
Yeah, I'm all good. Let's do this thing, man.
All right, no challenges will be thrown on me stomping on the cord of his headset, but there will be challenges thrown tonight. Joey Green, and what a great pitch he gave to the full capacity crowd here in Nashville on why he should be the first ever fan representative. And also each team is going to have a challenge. If they win said challenge, they'll keep it going, as you get a little look at how the rules are all put in place here.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I mean, this is completely new. Of course, the 3 categories of challenges, fair and foul ball calls, that's going to be super important. Force and tag play calls, whether it's at a base or at home plate. And how about catch plays in the infield or the outfield? They're going to be very important. I mean, this is completely new territory in Banana Ball. And what an honor for Joey Green, you know. I mean, they made him take an oath. Did you ever expect to see that?
No, I was actually completely in the dark on all of it and in love with it. Here is how the fan challenge works. So prior to the game, you saw it right there. 3 representatives were picked out. The full capacity crowd decided who they wanted to represent them, and the 3 or 4 ejections in Joey's career was very appealing to them. And if the fan chooses to challenge a call on the field, they'll shoot some confetti, hold up the official fan challenge sign, and that will be the only one of the game. It doesn't matter if they get it right or not, and it can be for either team. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it all shakes out. Now, before we get into the lineups, in case you were living living in a cave and you have no idea what happened on Monday night in Tulsa, well, it was a little dust up after the ball game. Eric Jones put his hands on Vincent Chapman, looked preventative. Vincent took a little exception to it, gave Eric a shove in the back. It's something you never want to see in Banana Ball. But as I laid out in my weekly recap that you can see on the Bananas Facebook or Twitter page, came out yesterday at 10 a.m. Eastern, at least. We're in the Central Time Zone. You got to get that straight. Two game suspension for Vincent Chapman, 1 for Eric Jones. Vincent is serving the first game of his 2 games tonight, so is EJ, and Vincent will be serving the second one on Thursday night against the Aussie Drop Bears, so that the capital of Tennessee is not completely deprived of our beloved dancing home plate umpire. And, you know, if he didn't bring such an amazing show to the show, wouldn't doubt that the punishment may have been a little larger. But, you know, we have quick memories. We're like goldfish here in Banana Land. Everybody, there was a really nice kumbaya meeting in the locker room earlier today where EJ apologized. Vincent had a really lengthy apology to the team, and everyone's happy. So anyhow, with that out of the way, let's get into the lineups tonight for the Party Animals and the Bananas. We'll see how they shake out. First for the bad boys of Banana Land, it's Mr. Reese Hampton at the top, the switch-hitting center fielder, pacing the tour with his .392 batting average, 44 runs scored as well, and 15 two-baggers while you're keeping track. Joe Lytle in the 2-hole for the 4th straight game. He was fantastic in Oklahoma. He brought his batting average up to .310, and he's catching tonight. In the 3-hole, Brayson Bloomer gets moved up a spot with Jake Skoll not in Nashville tonight. In the Boomer holding down third base, tour leader in RBIs. In the cleanup spot, Mr. Dalton Cornett, half night off for him as he is DHing. In his second tour, he has been excellent, hitting .339. Tanner Thomas in the 5-hole, the right fielder. Couple years as a collegiate Banana, now in year 2 as a Party Animal, hitting .295. In left field, hitting 7th, Mr. Breland Almadova, also in his second tour, the Stylin Hawaiian. He's been hot as of late, batting average up to .304. Chase Acuff, the shortstop, hitting 8th tonight. I may sound like a broken record. He's been great recently, hitting .300 now on the tour. He puts a lot of bat on ball. Jason Swan in the 8-hole, holding down first base. Just a guy who always gets the job done, racking up sac flies as of late. Sam Claycamp, the extra hitter in the 9-hole, Party Animals player coach, getting one of the first few starts he's had on the tour. Once again, because Jake Skoll is not in the building, but that guy is professional. Don't let the coach part of his title fool you, as Dustin Baber rounds out the lineup in the 10-hole, holding down second base. The team leader in trick plays, tied for the tour lead in triples. Dylan Porter gets the start. Only 3 earned runs in his last 11 innings pitched. He's been really good as of late on the bump. And that is how the Party Animals line it up in the first ever game in the great state of Tennessee. Now for the Bananas. It's their center fielder, D.R. Meadows, at the top, the team leader in on-base percentage at .429. Thanks to his 15, that's a team-leading sprints on the tour. Danny Oberst in the 2-hole, pacing the Bananas with his .367 batting average. Only Bloomer and Hampton have hit better. Michael Deeb in the 3-hole, the extra hitter. We'll see him in the booth later tonight after his first at-bat. In his 3rd World Tour, he's been terrific. Dakota McFadden in the DH, also in his 3rd World Tour, also has been really tremendous, bringing the pop. Homered in each weekend throughout the month of May. And Jackson Olsen, the TikTok superstar, playing third base, continues to be red hot. He's up to .330 with the batting average. Brian Cox at shortstop, the king of trick plays on the tour, 59 for 62 thus far and only 8 errors. He's been excellent with the mitt and a tough guy to strike out. Speaking of, Bill Leroy, the catcher, in the 7-hole, only 6 strikeouts compared to 8, check that, 13 ball 4 sprints on the tour. That's the best ratio we have. And Mr. Danny Hosley, 13 walk-offs, tied with Dakota McFadden for the tour high there. Noah Bridges in right field as Hosley's in left. Noah, the 9-hitter, 7 walk-offs, the only Banana with multiple doubles, triples, and home runs. And Dalton Malden, the hometown kid, at least his adopted home for the Trevecca Nazarene. Terrifically talented musician. He's in the 10-hole playing second base, and Jared Donaldson is on the bump when he's been great. He's been phenomenal. When it hasn't been going for him, well, he has not been phenomenal.
I mean, we've kind of seen that both ways with Dylan Porter and Jared Donaldson, but overall, the main numbers look great. By the way, happy Donnie Day, happy National Donut Day. That's why you see the little donut over our friend Donnie. I mean, you look at the 2.45 ERA, a standout ERA from Dylan Porter. Jared Donaldson, though, racking up the strikeouts, limiting the ball 4 sprints. Donnie with a 2-1 record across 4 starts for Dylan Porter, 1-1 over 3 starts in May. And by the way, the MPI marks, 4 minutes and 15 seconds for Porter, 4 minutes and 35 seconds for Jared Donaldson. For 2 starting pitchers, those have been great numbers given the volume of innings that they tend to pitch.
Donaldson makes his bacon on the splitter. He'll work a slider, changeup, couple different fastballs in there as well, where Dylan Porter is more typical fastball, slider, changeup, type arsenal. They both throw pretty hard, low 90s. Porter's got a little more juice on the fastball, but a pretty similar matchup in hard-throwing righties who are hoping to fill up the zone.
And both of these guys have kind of become the aces for these teams, especially over the last month.
Yeah.
Dylan Porter also getting a ton of run support. He has so many points earned. And for Jared Donaldson, 8 points earned in the month of May. That was more than all of he had in February, March, and April.
Happy Big Tiger Friday, everybody. Thank you so much to Caprice George for bestowing these fantastic Nashville-themed shirts upon Josh and I earlier this year. We have been chomping at the bit to wear them, but patience has paid off. It's going to be a glorious one. The first ever challenge game, the 70th Banana Ball game of all time, 40th of the tour, just moments away. Before that, it is time for the national anthem.
Please remain standing and remove your hats. Here to honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem, please welcome Savannah Madison.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we'd watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Savannah Madison.
Welcome in to Game 40 of the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by our good friends over at Zappos. The 17-12-2 Party Animals against the 17-20-2 Bananas. Party Animals 5 games better than the boys in yellow between the season series. And you get a look at a jam-packed, full capacity First Horizon Park. Well over 10,000 Bananiacs fired up as we come to you live from Music City. Let's take a look at how the Bananas line up defensively. Hosley, Meadows, and Bridges from left to right. In the outfield, Olsen, Cox, Malden, and Oberst. Left to right in the infield, Ryan Cox, the trick play king by a long shot. And Danny Hosley kind of catching up on DR in the outfield.
Yeah, Danny Hosley's been tremendous, whether it's been at second base, left field, right field. He can really do it all for the Bananas. And by the way, let's not sleep on this Jared Donaldson, Bill Leroy battery. We saw Donnie working a lot with Eric Jones at a point, but he's been catching with Bill lately and seeing some great success with the Bananas captain behind the dish.
This is the 12th straight start for Mr. Leroy behind home plate. That all began when Dan Oberst tweaked his hamstring in Kansas City. As you get a look at Donnie on the bump, the 2022 Coastal Plain League champion ace of the Bananas pitching staff that helped the team go back-to-back, snagging their third Pettit Cup championship in 6 years that it was available. And Donaldson out of Georgia Southwestern University does all his damage with the splitter. Throws it over 50% of the time. You see in 57 1/3 innings on the tour. 41 Ks, 23 sprints, 71 hits, a 6.9 ERA. But as Josh talked about earlier, he's been a lot better since the start of May.
Yeah, an 82 ERA plus on the season. 100 is tour average, so you'd like it to be a little higher for Donnie. But really, most of that is because of a rough February and April. But Donnie's been working very well this season. How about 13 innings pitched below 3 minutes for Donaldson?
And how the Party Animals line up against him. Hampton, Lytle, and Bloomer due to swing it in the first. Cornette, the cleanup man. Tanner Thomas, Breland Almadova, Chase Acuff, Jason Swan, Sam Claycamp, and Dustin Baber round out the 10 for the boys in black and pink. Here comes Jesse Cole.
It's time, Banana Nation. So on 3, I need everyone here to yell, start the clock. 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
Leading off for the Party Animals, number 6, Reese Hampton.
The 12th round draft pick for the Detroit Tigers back in 2018. Switch hitting center fielder and the tour leader in batting average and runs scored with a video game type OPS plus at 187. The leadoff man for nearly every game the Party Animals have played on the tour.
I mean, he has been fantastic this season, especially out of the leadoff spot, as he's going to line one over to short. Cox knocks it down, but it is not in time. Hampton is going to reach base safely on an infield single there, and that is only going to raise his batting average from .556 in the first inning.
He's not your traditional leadoff man. He's not going to grind out an at-bat, come back to the dugout, tell everybody what the pitcher's been throwing. He has probably swung at a higher percentage of first pitches of ball games than any leadoff hitter I've seen in my life, and we love him for it. So do the Party Animals, as he's aboard for Joe Lytle. Cutting a miss on that patented splitter. Lytle, the OKC kid, tore it up in his home state. Brought the batting average up to 310, OBP up to 374. Couple homers, a triple, 5 doubles on the tour. And one of the most majestic mullets that you'll see in your entire life.
I mean, he's going to fit in great here in Nashville, if I had to guess.
Couldn't agree more. By the way, talked about it on the pregame show, but Randy Voss umpiring behind home plate as Lytle gives that a drive down the right field line, and it's going to be tracked down. Nice snag out there by Noah Bridges, who 360s and fires it in. Out number 1.
That was not an easy play there for Noah Bridges. He got a great jump on it, but if you look, Noah Bridges kind of doing a little bit of a basket catch upon receiving that one off the bat of Joe Lytle, but that's a great first out for the Bananas here in the first.
The sun is in his eyes, then he made it into the shade. Weird shadows here in First Horizon Park. As we've just reached 7 p.m. local time, that one dinks down in front of Bridges. Hampton with an excellent read. He's trying to get to third. The tag in time. Heck of a throw from Noah Bridges. That's a big play.
I mean, we've seen it a couple of times this season. The reason the Bananas continue to put Noah Bridges out in right field is because of that cannon of an arm. Noah Bridges nailing arguably the fastest Party Animal on the base pass, Reese Hampton.
We try to get another look at it here. You just got to watch Noah bounce around a little bit. And we'll get a glance at it at the end of the inning. Dalton Cornette in the cleanup spot with Bloomer at first with 2 down. In his second tour with the Party Animals, he is indeed the Prince of Pippapassis. The graphic does not lie to you. From a town of less than 500 people in Kentucky, this is just about as close to home as we get for him. Charleston, West Virginia. Wasn't too far away. Spent most of his life there. Grew up on the campus of Alice Lloyd College, where he then played for 4 years under his dad, Scott Cornette. We'll check on Bloomer over at first. Bryson leads the Party Animals in steals, 15 and 19 tries. That one chopped, barely foul. Cornett hitting .339, a .427 on base percentage. Good for 5th in both categories. Squeaks that one past Donnie. Cox couldn't get a glove on it. DR tries to deke Bloomer. Pair of teammates a summer ago, and Bryson too smart for that play.
It's really a tough play to make. Donnie kind of crossed up trying to field that ball. And at that point, both Cox and Malden kind of thought Donnie was going to get that baseball. It ended up dribbling up the middle for a Cornett single.
Now Tanner Thomas, 2018 and 2019 Banana in his second tour with the Party Animals. 0-1 count. Bloomer off second, Cornett off first. Animals have 3 singles, 2 men on and 2 down here in the top of the first. Splitter drifts below the zone. 1-1 on the man out of Fleming Island, Florida. A couple years at Tallahassee Community College before 3 at Virginia Tech University up in Blacksburg. And a 1-2 count. Splitter gets a miss there.
Yeah, big swing and a miss there from Thomas, who almost went the entire Oklahoma series without a strikeout, but unfortunately for him, 2 in his final game in Tulsa.
He has the unfortunate title of strikeout king on the tour thus far, 28 of them. Whole lot have been looking with Vincent Chapman behind the dish as Randy Voss is doing some moving and grooving. Dale Rowland, the man umping the bases tonight, as Danny Hosley has a long way to go after this fly ball. He makes the snag. He was shifting Tanner Thomas towards right. And Donnie gives up 3 hits, but thanks to the sparkling throw from Noah Bridges in right to gun down Reese Hampton, he does not give up a run and strands a pair of Party Animals. Bananas will just need 1 run to walk off and win the first inning tonight. As you get another look at the throw right here. Bloomer with a nice flare to right. And how about Noah? Full head of steam. That's a beauty.
You almost wish he had kept the cowboy hat on so he could do a little pistol at the third baseman there.
That's what they call in the business, a gun from right. There's the pistol.
There it was.
How'd you know that was going to happen? Here's how the Party Animals line up defensively. Almodovar, Hampton, and Thomas left to right in the outfield. Bloomer, Acuff, Baber, and Swan from third to first in the infield. Bloomer was the trick play king for nearly a month and a half on the tour, but Dustin Baber, who does not have 3, by the way.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Dustin Baber with 33 trick plays for the Party Animals. Yeah. He had a trick play in every game but 1 in the month of May for the Party Animals. And by the way, Breland Almodovar and Tanner Thomas, the corner infielders for the Party Animals, both came away with some trick plays in Oklahoma in the last series.
Yeah, Bloomer, check that. Breland had some magnificent ones and earned himself 2 Showman of the Nights out of the 3 games in Oklahoma. Here's Dylan Porter on the bump. He's got 1 Showman of the Night this year in 48 and a third innings pitched. He's averaging 4 minutes, 23 seconds per inning thrown. That is very good. And the ERA well below the tour average at 4.47.
Yeah, and he only allowed 1 earned run in his last start. He was tagged for 4 runs, only 1 of them earned. By the way, for Dylan Porter, this guy gets run support for the Party Animals. 33 points earned on the tour this season. That's the highest mark of anybody.
Guy gets the outs. DR following Reese's footsteps. Mighty hack at the first offering. He comes up empty. It's Meadows, Dan Oberst, and Michael Deeb due to swing it for the Bananas, although no one ever beyond the first man to hit in an inning that is scoreless in banana ball when you're in the bottom half is ever truly due up. Because if DR hit his 3rd home run of the tour, the inning would end right here. That one out of the stadium, no chance for a fan to make a play. Meadows was fantastic, joining the Bananas collegiate team halfway through the season a summer ago. 26 steals and as many tries in just 20 games. I think it was a pace that we've never seen with that sample size in Coastal Play League history. Got himself a championship ring for his work, as that's a slow tapper to the left side. Bloomer charging, he has no play. Infield single for the Doctor, and the inning-winning run is aboard.
That's where you see DR Meadows' speed kills. He's able to get on base, extend his on-base streak to 11 games. And for DR, he has reached base safely in the first inning in 7 of his last 8 games.
On-base percentage was .429, leading the Bananas coming into the ball game. He's the only guy who's got a higher one than Dan Oberst. Comes in reaching base at a clip of .420. Team leader in batting average, you saw that there, .367. Also pacing the Bananas with his .1035 OPS and 10 doubles. That one gets the outside corner. 0-2 count on the Nanners first baseman. DR 13 for 18 on the tour in his stolen base attempts. Porter will check on him. .02 from Dillon. It's high. Meadows was off on the pitch. The tag, not in time. Looks like Baber couldn't get leather on DR's body as he grabs his 14th steal of the tour.
Yeah, really good. Porter going fastball, which works for Joe Lytle, but the throw kind of sailing high on Dustin Baber, having to jump up and snag that. And for DR, able to evade the tag and get in there at second base.
Great replays from Jalen in the control room. That one through the left side. DR gets a stop sign. Breland Almodova's got a howitzer as he hits the cut on a line. But the inning-winning run, 90 feet from scoring, nobody gone. And Michael Deeb with 11 walk-offs on the tour. He had 5 in 12 games last year to lead the 2022 season.
And currently Michael Deeb on a 3-game walk-off streak. He had one in every game in Oklahoma. By the way, they all came in the first inning.
See if he can make it 4 straight. Another well-located fastball from Porter. And the count quickly 0-2 on the Nanners extra hitter. He's going to come up and chat with us in the booth after this at-bat. We'll have Cowboy Kyle Lewig's on a little later tonight, and a surprise guest should be making an appearance on the mound tonight, which will be a delight to many Major League Baseball fans out there. That's all I can say about that. Party Animals with the infield in. Heater just misses. Dan is now caught up between first and second, and we'll see how the Party Animals handle it. DR coming home, the throw in time. Boy, that decision makes 0 sense to me. If you're the Bananas, you have nobody out. A guy who's gotten a walk-off in the first inning, 3 straight games at the dish, and here comes the first ever fan challenge on a play. Didn't take a full inning. And Joey Green is bringing this back up to the booth. We'll see what Jalen Johnson has for us. Zach Frangelo and Randy Voss getting on headsets with us in the booth as we take a look at the play again. From this angle, inconclusive. Zach Frangelo agrees. We see it again.
Yes, agree.
Let's see if we have another shot at it. Back from the first angle. I think I'm inconclusive there too. Give us the center field camera if Clayton got it. Yeah, I don't think we can overturn this, Zach. You can't tell if DR hit the plate.
I'm thinking call stands here.
Inconclusive. Sounds good, Zach. Well, that was exhilarating.
No kidding.
A little longer than we would have liked to have made it, but the call on the field stands. And boos rain down from the Nashville crowd. And there is the first ever fan challenge in a banana ball game.
I mean, you love to see the aggression, to be honest.
Yes.
That's how you want fans to get involved with the game. I kind of had an inkling that I might see some confetti out there in the stands, and what do you know? That was really cool.
So Dan leads off second with one away, and I go back to my rant before that play of why do you do that when you have Michael Deeb at the dish and no outs? That's a 2 outs, 2 strike kind of a play, especially when you have such an effective hitter at the dish.
I feel like you just have to chalk it up to Tyler Gillum, a very aggressive base-running coach, kind of going a little old-fashioned green light special with some of his guys.
Deeb gives that a ride to left center. Hampton tracks it down, and that would have won the inning. And I rest my case. Deeb does not get his 12th walk-off of the tour. And Dan does not get a stolen base of second, because if someone is out trying to steal a base on the same play, you don't get the base you got. Luckily for the Bananas, they have the walk-off king. D-Mac, the cleanup man. DHing tonight, 13 walk-offs, tied with Danny Hosley for the tour high. Boy, Josh, the amount of money I would pay to get to see that Clayton Franklin angle, I don't know if Clayton may have been following the play out between first and second. Maybe that's why it just didn't have what we wanted. But seeing down at home plate is exactly what we needed for that replay challenge.
I guess we'll have to fire up the drone for the next time we have one of these challenges, huh?
Just park that thing right on top of home. 2-1 count. As the bender drifts down and out. We mentioned it pregame, but Porter fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. It's about 90 to 93. We'll touch 95. And the Bananas in the driver's seat once again. Check that. Yes, 3-2 count. Ball 4 here means the Bananas would win the first inning. Payoff pitch from Porter. It's below the knees. And the base running mistake does not hurt the Bananas as D-Mac gets his tour-leading 14th walk-off, and the Bananas claim the point available here in the first. Nanners up 1-0 early. Let's talk about why in Tulsa on Monday evening, Breland Almadova was the showman of the night.
Breland Almadova with an incredible game in Tulsa. This was his second Showman Award during the series. Here in the bottom of the second, it's Dan Oberst with a deep drive out to left field. And Breland on the warning track between the legs. That's a catch. And Breland, we're going to get some hip thrusts. We're going to get a little movement out there. And now Breland looking to the fans. High five and probably a souvenir for a lucky fan as well. A great trick play from the styling Hawaiian. Now Oberst up again in the fourth with 2 outs and a man on third. Is he seeing double? He might be, because Breland goes between the legs again. Makes the catch, and he's going to bust out a little flossing there. Breland Almadova, 2 trick plays now in the game. And man, he's trying to figure out what fan he's going to give that ball to. Another souvenir out there. Now, we're going to get into the latter portion of this game. It's Breland with a surprise appearance on the mound in showdowns, facing Eric Jones Jr., the tour leader in home runs. And EJ, he's going to hit a blast out to left field. It can't clear the wall, and it's going to ricochet off of it. Chase Acup going out to get the ball as EJ's trying to round third and score. It's Breland coming up, cutting off that throw and getting it to the plate. And EJ is going to be called out by Vincent Chapman. I mean, it was a very controversial ending to the game. And as you can see from these replays, shout out Chris Sachi for his work. EJ probably safe, and hey, that's the reason we've got some replay review now here in Banana Ball.
And here's the man of the hour, Breland at the dish, as the ball being passed around the infield. Cox to Malden to Olsen to Dan Oberst, a jump throw. Breland cranks it foul, and it's not caught by a fan. Looked like an alley-oop there. Felt like I was calling the NBA Finals for a second, as we're in limbo after Game 1 happened in Denver last night. And the Stylin' Hawaiian with a 1-1 count on him. Right back up the middle. And a good example of why Breland came into that at-bat hitting .304. 12th best on the tour. And as Chase Acuff saunters up to the dish, we welcome in Michael Vitamin D to the broadcast booth. How you living, Big Tiger?
Good, how we doing, Biko?
Oh, fantastic. I think you would have enjoyed how incensed I was at the Bananas taking a man off third base with no outs with you at the plate.
Yeah, you know, we got a little risk it for the biscuit there with a first and third situation, getting Dan caught out down there in a rundown. But always a good time to hit with guys in scoring position. Still had a chance, just out front of a changeup a little bit and flicked it out there.
Well, listen, what you did would have been great if DR was still on third base.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
But you guys got the point, and
no harm, no foul when we get the point there.
Exactly. Chase
1-0 Nanners
at the dish, hitting 300 on the dot in his second tour for the Party Animals, playing an excellent shortstop. Breland, a man who can threaten a steal over at first. He's currently dancing. And Acuff stays alive. Wow, Caitlin Scott, good feet there. She got out of that narrowly.
Breaking the bat there with a little breaking ball. Donnie been using that breaking ball more effectively, getting in the zone, throwing it for a strike. That's huge for us when we can get that guy working on his third pitch. He's got 3 great ones that he can throw in the zone. And as you've seen lately, he's been commanding that ball much better for us, and it's reaped the results and really been a leader for us on the mound.
2 of his last 3 starts have been superb. That one just misses the outside corner, count even at 2-2. Acuff 9 sprints on the tour, only 9 strikeouts. Was the hardest guy to strike out in Division II baseball back when he was at Eckerd. And he hangs tough once again. Speaking of aggressive base running not paying off, how about the throw from Noah Bridges in the top of the first?
You love to see it. That's a guy who is the Bananas heartthrob, as they like to say, but I like highlighting how athletic that guy is, how great of a ball player he is, the arm that he's got on him, and the ability for a fan to catch a foul ball. But yeah, Noah Bridges, great player, covers a lot of ground, and pulled out his cannon on that one and shoots down Reese Hampton, a very fast runner at third base. Huge for the second out of the inning for the Bananas and killed that momentum. Breland not getting much of a lead over there at first, crawling off the bag, literally. Gets him out in front of a breaking ball. Jackie backhands over to second. Dalton over to first, and a double play. Beautiful turn double play. Shake it out, Olsen. That's right.
Tell you what.
Backhand, flipperooski. Dalton Malden turn it over to first. You love to see that.
Party Animals are going to use their first challenge of the tour, and it's time to put on another headset once again. And I think they're going to get this one, but we'll see. Okay, give it to us one more time. Well, we've got the challenge down here. A wave breaking through. Zach Frangelo. It's been a busy first couple of innings here. Randy Voss racing over. And let's take a look at the video. Oh, he's clearly safe. This is an easy review, in my opinion. That's good, safe, and we're done with it. There goes Zach Frangelo and Randy Voss.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as they say in the biz.
How about these challenges, Steve?
Challenges, man, adding some flair to it. I'll tell you what, that's the first time I've been a part of a challenge mid-box hitting there, but I think they've got them right, both calls so far. The inconclusive one at home, I had a decent view from the left-hander batter's box, and I think they got it right in this one as well here. He was safe at first.
Well, thank you so much. That warms the heart, because that's Josh and I.
Yeah, no, I think you guys got that one on the money, and Another breaking ball for strike one from Donnie, getting ahead.
We've decided to put our necks out on the line a little bit now, Deed.
We respect that, you know. Hey, anytime that we're all in this together. As Tyler Gillum always says, we're living in a house that we're building. So anytime we can use that video review, I tell you what, it's a blessing. And did he break his bat on another breaking ball? No, just off the end there. Donnie really using that slider well right now. I'd love to see it.
I don't know if I've ever felt more powerful in my entire life.
I'm getting an adrenaline rush every time it's sent up to us. I can't lie.
No, it's pretty wild. I feel like a puppet master just playing with fate.
Just wearing all hats here. Call the game, review the game, play the game, baby.
I've never had more fun in my entire life. So the party animals still have their challenge because they were right. The Bananas have not used their challenge yet, and the fans, well, they used their challenge less than an inning into the game.
Wasted no time for it. And that's something that, you know what, if I was that fan, I'd make sure I'm going to get my challenge in no matter what. So wasted no time for that one.
It was a good play to do it on.
Yes, agreed.
And we needed to set a standard for how this kind of thing operates. We've seen one overturned and one stand.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Jason Swan
ultimately getting the calls right. I think that's the biggest thing, and doing that so far today. So we appreciate our wonderful camera crew for getting us all those angles. So
that's a fact.
We could see what the humans can't. Well, you guys can see what the humans can't.
For sure. Sam Claycamp at the dish, just like Deeb in the booth in his third World Tour. He was your teammate on the One City World Tour. He's gone to the dark side for the last two.
A guy that's got a lot of pop in the box. Even though he's been coaching, hasn't seen the plate as much. Gonna stay on that one with a little inside-out four-hole single. You know, there's hits over there.
There's a lot of hits.
Been trying to tell myself if I could stay inside the ball, see it deep. For myself being a left-handed hitter, that six-hole, tell you what, there's hits over there, boys.
Calling your name?
Yeah.
To the 10-hole we go. 2 on and 2 down. Same situation Donnie had in the first. And Dustin Baber stands 60 feet and 6 inches away from him. Second baseman for the Party Animals.
What a big spot for Dustin Baber. He collected 0 runs batted in the month of May. He'd like to start June with 1.
I'll tell you what, after a back-me-up breaker, effective, would love a heater in here, get us a jam shot ground ball and get us out of this inning.
You get another bender. How about that?
And we got a guy, and there's 3 outs, and the top half over. Great work by Donnie, spotting up that breaking ball, using it a lot so far, and it's been effective. Getting a lot of weak contact, getting those Party Animal bats going back to the dugout.
He's given up 5 hits in 2 innings, all of them singles. He stranded 4 men on the bases, and giving you guys an excellent opportunity to walk off another inning now as we head to the bottom of the second. It is crowd sing-off time. Biko Scala, Josh Talevsky with Michael Deeb in the booth. We are going to participate.
What do we got?
Let's see.
When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Barrel that ball just one more time. I gotta throw a barrel in there. Shout out to the amazing fan that at Dalton Malden's performance last night gave me a bracelet. She was handing them out to the guys on the team with their name on it. Mine, you clearly see, does not have a name. It has the word barrel on it, which touched my heart. It warmed my heart. And God bless that girl. What an awesome fan. And just really tapping into the language and the jargon that we use here in Banana Land. Which
I think it's even more fitting. Even your lower thirds every broadcast have to do with barrels.
Yes, you know, being a hitter enthusiast, we love when guys find hard contact and put one off the barrel. As we know, hitting is quite tough. So anytime you can find the sweet spot of that bat and put a little backspin off that banana ball, I'll tell you what, it gets the guys fired up and going.
Oh, I want to dance with somebody.
I want to feel the heat with somebody.
Yeah, I want to barrel some balls.
With a little backspin buttery biscuit hooked down the line. And barrel is right on time with Mr. Jackson Olsen chugging in there for second with a gritty stand-up swaggity double for the Banana Boys. No outs and a man on second base. That's how we started inning. Jackson Olsen, after making a beautiful backhanded play in the top half, comes through with a first pitch barrel.
The TikTok superstar does not waste time in the box, does he, Josh?
No, he does not at all. I mean, he's only seen 9 pitches over his last 5 plate appearances. He's ambushing first pitches, and he's seeing success. His .393 May batting average, one of the top marks for the Bananas.
The guy's swinging a hot bat. He's over there, you know, it's a guy that was working a little bit in baseball, but not able to stay quite in baseball shape. So ever since he's been back here, I mean, he's gotten better each and every week. And you can see the more that we're just getting the repetitions in and batting practice and pregame, the guy is constantly swinging a hot bat and really sticking it over there at third.
He's playing better than he ever has in his career as Ryan Cox shoots that left. And I'm just talking college and on. He spent 4 years at the University of Hartford, finished up at Stetson, was always a really solid everyday player, but never produced offensively like he has here with the .330 batting average. He's 7th on the tour with a .534 slug as that
Slicing.
one
Fair
takes
ball.
in fair.
Fair ball. That's a fair ball. Jackson's going to come in here backpedaling, grittying backwards through home plate for another banana ball walk-off. Love it.
How about that? Back-to-back doubles from Cox and Olsen. Nanners are up 2-zip.
Look at them boys go. Yep. Love it. The footwork, immaculate. On point, too. I'll tell you what, for guys that spend a lot of time doing baseball activity, we can dance it a little bit.
Line dancing o'clock.
Speaking of dancing, how about we follow up that dance with a little bit of player dance led by our first base dancing coach, Coach Maceo, out here getting the boys going. Let's tap in for this player dance. I'm intrigued.
You're a pro at this.
Make some noise for your Bananas players.
How about Dalton Malden performing in the song that he wrote, sang, produced, released to the world? That was a pretty special player dance.
Songbird of our generation right there, and you love any time that the player dance incorporates one of the guys. And Dalton, a guy that hasn't been seeing a ton of the field lately, but we're in his home city, Nashville, a Florida man, but moved over to Nashville and is doing a great job being a multi-talent for us Bananas, and love to see him get active in that player dance there.
Do you think it's possible we see a Dalton Malden 3-2-2 tomorrow, Deeb?
It's possible. You know, I'd like to see it. What I really like is that cherry lime reference, because the boys like to rename it Barrel Time. So,
speaking of, Reese Hampton with his second hit of the day. He's trying to get 2 bases out of it, and he does. It's going to be a single and an error on Noah Bridges, who just had the slightest bit of trouble picking it up. And Reese burst through the door when he saw a little stubble.
Yeah, Reese, a guy that's played a lot of professional ball. He plays the game smart. He was out there in BP and really getting to know the terrain. The outfield here plays very fast, almost like turf. So look for runners to really take advantage. If those outfielders are not picking that ball clean, they're going to keep it running. And a guy that can really run in Reese Hampton, I believe he had like over 60 bags in the Atlantic League or something. He can run, man.
He had 62 as Garrett Delano has to knife out of the way of the first offering. You're allowed to leave the box if you're nearly hit by a pitch. So Garrett exercises that option as he pinch hits for Joe Lytle. Look at his stats. They've been tremendous in a small sample size as it's 3-2-2 time. Donaldson, Malden, Cox, and Meadows all getting after it. I love this tune.
Yes. Garrett, another guy who, I mean, he could pitch it, he could hit it, he could play the field. Just an all-around athlete, great ball player, and hope Joe's okay, but you love to see a pitcher get in the box that knows how to swing it.
I mean, he's just got an intimidating presence at the plate, and when that guy makes contact, it's usually going for extra bases for him.
Yeah, and those quads, I'll tell you what, he really, I don't know if those were cut off or he just flexed and ripped those pants, but tell you what, the length on those baseball pants are a little bit shorter than any I've seen.
I'm taking the latter. I think he burst right through him. Those thunder thighs.
I believe it.
2-2 on Garrett, who's 4 for 9 on the tour with a homer and a double. And that one to short. Hampton is thrown out.
See ya. Wow, taking advantage of some tough base running there. Again, Ryan Cox, a high IQ baseball player, a guy that's not going to let that one slide. Much easier throw over to third base. Jackson Olsen planted on the bag, waiting for it. And Reese Hampton with a couple barrels so far, but running into a couple outs, and we're definitely appreciative of that as he is a dangerous man on the base paths.
I mean, that's the third time this season we've seen Ryan Cox move over and throw it to the third base bag and nail the runner. I mean, you're just seeing a great baseball IQ from Coxie.
Right. You know, that's something that I think we portray well here in Banana Land is there's so much going on. There's so much entertainment. There's such cool things that don't happen on a baseball field. But ultimately, the guys out here play the game with a high IQ and really get after it to the best of our abilities. So anytime we can put on great baseball display and making high mental IQ decisions to get outs, that's big for us.
Hampton thrown out at third for the second time in 3 innings. He's 2 for 2 tonight. 3-0 count on Bryson Bloomer, who singled his first time.
Something to pay attention here as the outfield moves in. Will Delano try to go first to home if there is a ball 4 sprint?
Bloomer, green light, 3-0.
Yeah, Bloomer, a guy that is a barrel enthusiast. He loves to hit the ball, and I'll tell you what, he ain't going to take that sprint lightly. He definitely wants to get in there and hit the ball when he's in the box.
Tour leader in RBIs. With a 3-1 count, heater at the knees. Check that, 3-2 now.
3-2-2. A long hold and a pick.
Delano hasn't tried to steal a base on the tour, hasn't had a lot of opportunities. It's only the 4th time he's been on the bases. He does get after it.
Get foul, get foul, get foul.
Whoa, a little spooky.
Good, good. A barrel there in foul territory for Mr. Bloomer. A good fight on a good 3-2 pitch there. Delano not having a lot of time on the bases, not mad about sending him back there after taking a sprint. Hopefully we catch him out of breath in case he's got to take off quick here.
Very modest lead for Garrett. 7th pitch of the at-bat. And we'll have an 8th. That one out of the stadium. That 310-foot short porch has to be calling your name, doesn't it, Deep?
You know, I'll tell you what, man. We try to stay through the big part of the park, and if we accidentally sneak one out front, then that 310 is not a bad thing at all. And a ball 4 sprint here. Let's get it around quick. Delano going to cruise into third, not going to try to go 4, which is probably the right move. And we've got first and third with 2 out here.
Yeah, it's your ball 4 sprint defense was amazing at the start of the year, and it's only gotten better.
Yeah, something that we take pride in working on. Something, you know, as the people know back home, you know, Banana Ball has its little different nuances and rules, and something we take pride on as Bananas is how can we play the Banana Ball game better than the Party Animals, and that's something that can really give us an edge. As we know, they swing it, they can hit, they can produce runs, but if we can really abide by the Banana Ball rules and play that game better, then it definitely gives us an opportunity to win a lot of games.
What do you think helped you guys take a greater step forward in that ball 4 sprint defense?
I think the next thing would just be eliminating guys going from that first to home. I know some of the faster guys, that's where they want to take advantage, and we've given up a couple runs there. Other than that, we've been able to hold a lot of their guys from going to second base, which is huge for us as Hosley comes in on a line drive and is ready to shoot his cannon here.
Oh!
Laser beam.
Donnie,
home.
Good tip drill.
Yep. Again, pitchers back home don't always become the cutoff, but Donnie making sure that ball's not going anywhere, but right back in his glove as he gets back to the mound here as Toxic Pony Tinder Thomas steps into the box with 2 out.
That was a big second out there from Jared Donaldson. And give credit to the Bananas. Dalton Cornett goes the opposite way quite a bit. Made Danny Hosley in a near perfect spot to set up and fire that ball home and keep Delano stranded at third.
Something we've also really been taking pride on is kind of picking up tendencies where these guys hit the ball, and it's paid off. Gillum is a phenomenal coach and puts us in the right position to succeed on defense.
Tanner lifts that one to center.
Boys, I think we got something special.
DR Meadows backflip.
Yes, sir! Beautiful. Flip that cowboy hat off. Take me on a backflip journey for the 3rd out. Love to see it from the Banana Boys. Getting tricky in a risky situation, but it pays off as that ball planted right in the sweet spot of his glove for the 3rd out. And we get out of there with no harm.
And what a way for DR to get his 20th trick play of the season.
Yes, a guy that is an incredible athlete. I mean, someone that I think you would pick him on really any pickup sports team. If you're at the park and you just want to play some pickup basketball, frisbee, whatever it is, I mean, DR Meadows is going to be one of those top draft picks for you. A guy that is just extremely athletic and an awesome guy.
That's a fact. You heard Deeb, Josh, and I singing earlier. We'll let the professional do it. Here's Dalton Malden on the mic.
Let me love you, baby. Let me love you.
Give it up one more time for Dalton Malden and the Bananas Pep Band.
I mean, Dalton's got the voice of an angel, but I kind of feel like 3 of us, I didn't hate what we did.
I didn't hate what we did. And I honestly think we have an opportunity to get on him with a feature. I mean, we are in the Music City. Before we head on back to Banana Land, I'm definitely going to be asking him, hey, if you need any backup vocals, Biko, Josh, and myself are ready to back you up, brother.
Yeah, I'd love a good royalty check from Dalton Malden.
Bill Leroy skies this to right center. Reese Hampton's there to make the catch, and the Bananas catcher is retired. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second. Dylan Porter had only given up 3 runs over his last 11 innings pitched coming into this one. He's given up 2 runs while only recording 2 outs. Check that. Confirm it. 2 outs tonight.
Porter, a guy that really likes to fill up the zone. He goes right at hitters, and I'll tell you what, man, he must have had a lot of success in college, but a guy that's going to have a ton of success out here because he wastes no time, gets right in the zone, and he'll go right at you. He trusts his defense, and he lets the ball get put in play and expects them to back him up. That's all you can ask.
Danny Hosley with the 2-1 count on him, the Bananas left fielder.
Guy that's really been driving the ball the other way well.
Now 3-1. Porter spent a couple years at Santa Barbara City College, one at Washington State University, finished up at the University of New Orleans.
Right center gap looks healthy, I'll tell you.
I think Hosley was thinking about that too.
In a full count here, I'll tell you what. Do it with the barrel. I got a strike and a backside barrel coming here in the right center gap. Ball 4.
Heater up and in. Hosley doesn't get the choice. He's going to test the Party Animal sprint defense and be rewarded. He's got 2 bases. Breland Almadova, I love it when he wears that helmet out there. Little shades of John Holgren.
I'll tell you what, man, he's always down for the good time. He's having a blast. When I'm out there in left field, he's throwing the football with the fans. He's in the stands. That guy is absolutely fans first and a party animal by nature, but definitely has himself a lot of banana tendencies.
Spent 4 years with the Arizona Diamondbacks organization. This is his 12th year as a pro. His 8th year as an independent pro. Pretty illustrious career for the styling Hawaiian. As Noah Bridges, the right fielder, started off red hot, great couple of first weekends, and it's cooled off since then. 216 batting average, 280 on base percentage, as that one got out of Porter's hand at a wild angle.
And things have really come in twos for Bridges, especially in May. 2 hits, 2 runs batted in, 2 sprints, 2 stolen bases. Do you know how many walk-offs he had?
2.
3.
You set me up for that, Josh, as Bridges goes down swinging. And that's honestly been the big bugaboo for Noah, is he has just shy of a 27% strikeout rate. And Dalton Malden is the only everyday guy on the Bananas who has a higher rate. Comes in a little over 36%.
Ooh, wasted no time hacking fouls that one straight back. I'll tell you what, man. Music City, Dalton Malden walking up to his own song with a man on second base. What a great time for him to find a barrel.
Not just walking up to his own song. Felt like he was going to take the entire bat while it blasted. 1-1 count now on the Nanners second baseman.
Locked in, tapped in, as Reginald Horton would say. Malden looking stout in the box.
By the way, when it comes to the 2-game suspension for Vincent Chapman and 1 game for Eric Jones, yes. I meant to say that as Reginald Horton preaches to us every day, we're just holding ourselves accountable.
Right, that's all it is. And, you know, something that he's pulled out lately is we got to stay afloat. And
like that.
That's all it is, right? You know, you got to fight through the adversity, keep yourself afloat, and definitely anytime we fall short, we want to hold ourselves accountable here for our actions in Banana Land and really make sure that we don't see any of that nonsense with arguing or messing around with umpires.
Well, after the 2-base sprint, 2 strikeouts for Porter, and let's talk about the songbird of our generation, Mr. Dalton Malden. Went to school. The last 3 years of his college career were at Trevecca Nazarene University after a year at Bethune-Cookman with this guy.
Yes, sir. Dalton Malden, my teammate for a year, and a guy that I spent a ton of time fishing with. And when we weren't casting it out, he was bringing the guitar out and really teaching himself how to play that thing. And he put a lot of time and effort in. And that's a guy that definitely holds himself accountable for his actions, definitely works his butt off at everything that he's doing. And when he really took this venture and wanted to get very talented and really good at this music thing, I'll tell you what, he went in on it full boat. And there's nobody that I would believe in more than Dalton Malden. That's a guy who is going to pour his heart and soul into what he does, and somebody that has turned his skills into something that just started with a little bit of jamming over at our house in Off-I Drive in old Daytona Beach, Florida, to now playing in front of thousands of people. You know, big crowds that come to watch him perform, and his music's growing. It's on all platforms, and now a barrel popper for the Bananas, and gets to throw out some singing in there too. That's awesome.
Yeah, as you can see, just released Miss You, Love You, made his Banana Land debut in the Breakfast Bowl in 2021.
And how did you enjoy the Dalton Malden concert last night?
I had a phenomenal time. I'll tell you what, it was a great opportunity to just mingle a little bit with our fans and our teammates, and not be in that locked in, tapped in, worked environment, actually get a little bit out of that and just celebrate a guy that is extremely talented, and really see him put on a show for us, which we received really well and enjoy seeing him perform.
Breland Almodovar, as he did in Oklahoma City, breaking out some yoga. His entire Party Animals team is going to join him in this session. You fool around with yoga in your life, Deeb?
You know, I did, especially coming from football when that transition over to just baseball was happening. You know, I spent a lot of time in the weight room, and college football definitely will get you a little bit stiff for the game of baseball. And so I mingled around with some yoga and wanted to make sure that mobility is pristine. I'm not sure that I have copied some of these moves Breland's got his teammates doing, but their hamstrings must be super buttered up.
It's a good look there. He's got a 2-1 count, singled up the middle his first time. Happy to see him doing it.
Sun salutation.
Yeah.
Oh.
That ball ripped to dead center. DR throws away the hat, and he can't track the ball down. Breland was admiring it and will suffer the consequences. He only gets a single for a smash about 395 feet to dead center.
Yeah, something that we appreciate there. I mean, he put a charge in that ball, but thank you for admiring, because we'll take a guy on first rather than a double or triple there. But looks like the namaste at bat is something Breland likes, and we might see it again in the future after popped him a barrel there.
He's now 1 for 2 namasteing. And he only has 3 doubles on the tour. Could have 6. Half the times that he could have had 2 bases, he's been content with 1. You know he's thinking about trying to steal second. He's 6 for 7 on the tour in his attempts. Chase Acuff bounced into a fielder's choice his first time.
Donnie working that breaking ball, man. It's been in the zone a lot for him today. That is big.
Donaldson has stranded 2 runners in each of the first 3 innings he threw tonight as Acuff fights off the heater high. It's an art watching Chase Acuff defend the strike zone with 2 strikes on him. And Mr. Michael Deeb, although we'd love to keep you in the booth all night long.
You know I love hanging out with you guys.
You are due up.
It is due. And I think after spending some time with my backspin barrel brothers, you guys might have buttered me up and sent a hit my way. So I'm going to give you a barrelful handshake, send it on out of here. Mom, Dad, Allie, Ben, Nancy, Bert, Carolyn, love you guys, my family back home, and we'll see you guys soon. Let's go Bananas.
We wish you a glorious barrel, Deep. Barrel.
He's one of a kind as it pops that in the infield. Breland hustling back to first. Cox barehands it, throws it to first in time. A trick play, double play for the glove magician. It's his 60th trick play of the tour.
And that is a stellar way to get to the 60 mark. Ryan Cox with no fear to barehand that ball popped up by Acuff. And Breland, who was off running on that pitch, unable to get back to the first base bag. Huge double play for Jared Donaldson and the Bananas.
That's the third Party Animals runner that's been cut down on the bases. Hampton twice, now Breland. The most veteran guys on this team is good decision by Jason Swan to stay in the box. The ball ricocheted right back to Bill Leroy. And if Swanee had tried to steal first base, I don't think it would have gone very well. 2-0 count on the Party Animals first baseman. He flew out to right his first time.
And man, you talk about flyouts. Jason Swan in the month of May, 13 flyouts, only 1 ground out. Jason Swan just getting underneath the ball a ton for the Party Animals.
The launch angle king. He's been picking up a whole lot of sac flies as of late with those pops as well.
3 in his last 5 games.
How about them apples? Well, as Michael Deeb leaves Josh and I, we are blessed with the presence of Cowboy Kyle Lewigs in his stead.
How you guys doing? Josh, I promise, no hard feelings. I won't pick on you at all or make any jabs at you during my time in the booth tonight.
We're all good, Playboy.
I just want to be friends.
Swinging bunt down the third baseline, and Swanee's got a base knock. No play for Jackson Olsen.
How you guys living up here? It's a pretty sweet spot you got, and sweeter shirts, I must say.
Thank you so much. Happy Big Tiger Friday.
Yeah, you guys are rocking Nashville.
I mean, shout out Caprice George once again for giving us the hookup with these shirts. They're majestic. I've been getting compliments all day, but hearing one from you, Kyle, truly, this one's special.
That's what I'm here to do. I just came up to the booth to compliment you, Josh.
Kyle, gonna get me all flustered.
Turned a new leaf.
Swanee off first. Sam Claycamp hit a single into right his first time, the extra hitter for the Party Animals. What a bizarre game thus far. 8 hits for the Party Animals in 3 2/3 innings, and they have not scored. They also added a sprint in there as well.
Yeah, Donnie really filling it up. We were talking before the game about the height of the mound, and Donnie's a lot like me. We like those tall mounds. It really works well for his splitter and works well for my fastball. So.
I mean, in talking with Donnie a couple weeks ago, he told me just his comfort in a ballpark is kind of based on just getting on that pitching mound and feeling it out.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's unique. They're all snowflakes in that sense.
That's a good one. This one dunked into right. Noah can't track it down, so Claycamp 2 for 2 on the day, now 6 for 26 on the tour. Swanee goes corner to corner. He's on third base. And with men on first and third, Dustin Baber came up with guys on first and second in the second inning and flew out to center. Josh mentioned it his first time, but he did not record an RBI in May. Golden opportunity to pick up one in the first game in June.
And he's currently 0 for his last 5 batting with runners in scoring position. He'd like to break that streak here for the Party Animals.
Swan at third, Claycamp at first. Quick 0-2 count on Baber. The pride of Albany, Georgia, comes set and comes home. 1-2 count. One, two. Cut on and fouled into the mid of Bill Leroy. Donaldson has stranded 2 men on in all 4 innings tonight.
The boys are going to do a little Hicktown.
Shout out Jason Aldean, whose bar is right down the road. Who taught them how to do Hicktown?
I did.
That's what I thought. You have become quite the accomplished line dancer, my friend.
It's one of my more favorite line dances to do in the bars.
Complicated.
Or just, to whip out on the baseball field, anytime, any place. Shout out Jason Aldean.
Right. I love doing it, but I'm usually not doing it right.
It's okay. As long as you're doing it with enthusiasm, that's all that matters.
That I always bring.
Yes.
Yeah, you're an energy boy.
If you're not ripping your pants while you're doing Hicktown, you're doing something wrong.
That's a fact. If you're not ripping your pants while you're broadcasting banana ball games,
what are you doing?
Or while you're playing.
Just living.
Yeah. That game where you slap the ball at the little net.
Spike ball.
Correct.
That's it. That's the game.
If you're not ripping your pants doing all those activities, are you really living?
You're an icon, buddy.
You are. I just got to say, I found myself in these 4 innings that I spent down in the dugout just mesmerized for minutes at a time at the scoreboard. The stadium is sweet, but that scoreboard puts me in a trance. Every part
of First Horizon Park is pretty mesmerizing for me. I think the more than 10,000 of our greatest fans in the building probably gets me the most.
Yeah. And I've got to say, early in the life of the challenges in Banana Ball, I think you guys both nailed both of them. First off,
thank you.
We had DR coming back to the dugout whenever the fan ran out his challenge early. He was telling us that he was out, so you guys did get that right.
Let's go!
From the person that was in the play. And then I think it was pretty easy that A-Cup was safe on the double play, but I think they were quick, they're fun. It helps to have a Jumbotron to show it on, but
yes.
I'm all for it. I think it's great.
Kyle, that means a lot because, again, we're risking our profession to do this.
Your lives, pretty much.
And, dude, there's an adrenaline rush. We were telling this to Deeb. But also, part of me's been thinking we might have to, have some security outside our door in case people don't like one of our decisions.
Probably, yeah. You guys might need to shut this window if you guys get one wrong. Put the blinds down,
Nobody's home.
I would love to be up here for one of those showdowns or the replays. I just want to see it.
We'll see what happens.
You know what? If we get one this inning, I'll give you my comms. You get in on that.
I don't think I'm allowed to.
Yeah, that actually. I totally realized the mistake I was making.
I've got a dog in the fight. I don't think I can. I could say too much on that part.
Right.
I'll give my 2 cents. I don't think they'll be heard, but...
Josh, I was 100% behind the idea while you were saying it until it was explained why it was a terrible decision. Is DR Meadows. How about that? He just beat out a grounder to second. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Like
here comes.
Oh.
Yard card. Daniel Charles Oberst, 2-1 pitch, hanging slider into the construction building back there. He's probably going to knock down a 2x4. They're going to have to restart construction completely. It's going to fall like dominoes.
Whole structure will be compromised. Instead, he scolds it to second. There's 1. 8 cuff to first. There's 2. Good call, Kyle.
Yeah, but it's tough.
But did you notice last game that I pulled the yard card on Danny Barrels and he homered?
Was I up here for that?
No.
I don't think I was. I think I just got down.
Yeah,
was it Dapo homer at Tulsa?
Right.
Nice. Good call by you, Josh.
Well,
you are amazing in every asset of life.
I like this guy. Yeah, get him in the booth more often.
Kill him with kindness, baby.
The vibes up here are immaculate tonight. Michael Deeb, dead center field. Hampton only has to take a couple steps before he goes between the legs. Reese Hampton with his 4th trick play of the year and an excellent bottom of the 4th inning for Dylan Porter and the Party Animals.
A great trick play from Reese Hampton, his 4th of the season, and that caps off a 1 minute and 29 second MPI for Dylan Porter, near the top of our Banana Ball leaderboard.
It's exactly what the doctor ordered, too, as we approach the 1 hour time limit going into the top of the 5th here.
It's the 9th fastest inning of all time. Let's throw it down to the young professor. We'll be back in a minute.
How you feeling, buddy? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's do it.
All right, he's stretched out. He's ready to go. He's going to start with the man Andalori Tris. Let's get to home plate. You're going to head on over to first base and go all the way around Tim. You're going to tag up over there, Tris. Here we go. On your marks, get set. Go, Tim, go. Go. Oh, there they go. Dad bod dash, the banana soldier, waiting at first base. Tim is going to catch him here. It's going to be close. That's pretty good. Oh, he's tagging in Marty. Oh, but Marty gets left in the dust. Tim's going. Look at Marty go. Marty, oh, Tim's going. Go, Spidey, go. Spidey's coming in. But it's not close. Bruce celebrates there. Give it up for Tim. Flex on him, Tim. The winner of the Dad Bod Dash.
That was the first ever Dad Bod Dash Off, and that was a doozy.
You guys think you could beat a dad bod in a race?
Yes.
I know you could, Josh. You're so fast and smart and handsome.
I'm quick, man. I'm agile like a cat.
You are. You're the fastest person I know. And I know Malachi Mitchell.
I feel like you kind of remind me of a gazelle or like a deer, you know? Kind of that lanky, graceful speed.
But the best looking deer you've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. Just beautiful.
Yeah.
Top of the order for the Party Animals. Reese Hampton has singled twice tonight and been thrown out at third base twice. Once by Bridges in left field, once by Cox at short. And Bill has set up behind him, first pitch. Boy, nobody is more calm, cool, and collected about a pitch right behind their tuchus than Reese Hampton.
Yeah, he didn't even flinch at all. I don't even think I've gone for that with him yet, and I probably won't, basing his reaction. I love doing it to Joe. DC's a good one to do it to, too. I would like to do it to Garrett if he was ever hitting in a game that I was pitching.
Normally it's shock and awe.
Yeah.
That one rolled over, but through the 4-hole. Hampton 3 for 3. And son of a gun, he gets to run around the bases again.
Yeah, and that's one thing about this park that we noticed during BP. That ball on the ground really flies here. It's like there's like 2 inches of grass and then concrete under the field. I mean, it's hard as a rock out there, even in the grass, which is something you don't really see a whole lot, I feel like.
Garrett Delano shows bunt, takes a fastball low. He pinch hit for Lytle in the 3rd inning, bounced into a fielder's choice. Do you have any intel on what's going on with Joe Lytle? As that ball bulleted, and Ryan Cox can't make a play on it, tries to finish it off. That's a single for Delano in my book.
That looked like that hit him in the esophagus.
That ball was hit 172 miles an hour off the bat.
So fast that data gets relayed to you. That's crazy. Joe messed up his hand, I think, a little bit in the play at home with DR. I'm not sure what it was. I think it was his throwing hand, but I'm not sure exactly what it was.
How about Bryson Bloomer? Little Stone Cold Steve Austin at the dish. Throws the cans away and receives his weapon.
That was about as good as you could do it.
That was an insanely clean Stone Cold.
And that was the first time we've ever tried to do that. It was crazy. Beginner's luck.
Correct. We haven't tried it at all on the tour. As that's a swinging bunt. Leroy calls off Donnie, wheels and throws to first as Bloomer gritties past the bag, and Hampton nearly gets thrown out at third base for the third time tonight.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Two men in scoring position. And one away for Dalton Cornett. 1 for 2 with a single and a line out to left.
See if Donnie can strand another one.
He stranded 8 party animals tonight. Heater gets the inside corner.
And it's still early, and the sample size is small, but I got to tell you, Randy looks like he's been just nails behind the dish calling the game.
That one cranked barely foul. I've been very impressed by Randy Voss behind home plate.
He's moving. He had that call at third to start the game. He's on top of the bag with Noah shooting that guy out at reach out at third. But I mean, strike zone looks good. Just missing the tushy movement, you know.
There's a little tushy movement right here. He's giving you what you want, man. It doesn't have the speed or the mesmerizing
the gyration
movement. Correct.
Or the gravity.
Vincent Chapman is unreplaceable, but Randy Voss is doing a heck of a job in his stead. Cornett spits on the splitter. 2-2 count with 2 men in scoring position and 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning. Less than 55 minutes on the clock. That one right back up the middle, and the party animals finally draw blood. Hampton scores, Delano stays at third. And in the game, the Bananas lead 2 points to nothing. The Animals lead the 5th inning 1 run to zip.
That situation just seems set up for Dalton Cornett to succeed. A .410 batting average with runners in scoring position this season, the second highest mark of any player on the tour.
Picks up his 29th RBI.
I'd say 9 times out of 10, man, he's swinging it better with 2 strikes. I mean, he just seems to never miss the ball. I don't know how many times he's struck out, but I can probably count on 2 hands how many times we've gone like 10 or 12 pitches this tour. He's just, everything's foul. He doesn't miss it. He doesn't get fooled a whole lot.
7 strikeouts compared to 18 ball 4 sprints.
Sounds about right to me.
That ball laced into right. Tanner Thomas has himself a knock and a ribeye as Delano touches home. Tanner's 30th stake on the tour. And the party animals have doubled their inning lead. Delano with his 3rd run scored of this young season.
It was a doozy of a trip to get up here. I was in the elevator for I think what was a combined 15 minutes. I got to hang out with about 7 or 8 fans. They were completely mesmerized at the fact that there was a player in the elevator.
Yes.
One of them had some delicious looking nachos. I really wanted to try my taste at it, but I'm saving myself. I think I'm going to get Taco Bell after the game.
Ooh.
Decided.
Dinner
I'm going to do it.
Dinner of champions right there. Liv Moss, brother.
It's gonna fuel me to do what I need to do out on the mound tomorrow, I think.
You think it is?
I think it is. It could just be the deciding factor.
It's gonna fuel you to do something in your future, I'll tell you that much. Cornett off second.
It's a good way to rip your shorts, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Thomas off first. 1-1 count on Breland. Now 2-1. Figured out, Pico.
Don't be so hard on yourself, man.
Thanks, man. Styling Hawaiians 2 for 2. Single up the middle and then about a 395-foot single off the center field wall.
You could beat yourself up at the fact that you're not as awesome as Josh because he's just awesome.
Trick play. Ryan Cox between the legs. 2 outs for the price of 1. Good turn by Dalton Malden. 2 runs on 4 hits for the party animals, but they strand a man. And it's just a 2-run deficit for the Bananas.
And Jared Donaldson now has gotten 2 critical double plays. As we're going to go to our inning break where, Biko, I've got a little PowerPoint for you. I know you thought that it was going to be about isolated power, but we're actually going to talk about Nashville here.
Okay, I was really interested in isolated power. What's going on in Nashville?
So Nashville by Josh Tuletsky.
Right.
So some pros of Nashville. We've got country music.
Yes.
That's good.
We've also got boots. I've got
good.
some boots on today.
Show those puppies to the
cowboy hats, cowgirl hats. We don't discriminate.
No.
How about barbecue? You guys like barbecue?
I love it.
Nashville's got some.
I love it.
Bird scooters. We had
Yeah,
fun with those in Tulsa. They're pretty sweet here in Nashville.
I had fun yesterday.
And Oates, he's associated with Hall and Oates.
Right.
And how about Kesha? Kesha's from Nashville.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Those are pretty good pros. And, I've got some images. That's the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
These hats, they're kind of in style right now.
I've
People
seen them.
like wearing those.
Yeah.
You might see those boots
Look at
around
those.
Nashville.
Those are some serious
Yeah,
boots.
man, there's some heat. There's Oates with Hall.
Nice.
And how about this, Kyle? You're going to like this one. The Kesha Dill.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
I hope they have that at Taco
You can
Bell
ask
tonight.
that at Taco Bell. Oh, man. Now, cons.
Yeah.
We'll get into this really, really quick. Speed
Okay.
run it. Country music. The Tennessee Volunteers go Dogs. Broadway Girls. Morgan Wallen says to leave them alone. Nash Vegas and Swarmageddon. Now, as we get back down to the field, let me explain Swarmageddon to you folks.
Okay.
This was about 2012, maybe 2013. Cicadas just came in Nashville. They just bombarded this place. They were swarming everywhere, and it was coined Swarmageddon. Supposedly they were back in 2021, but I'd have to do a little more research on that.
High fly deep to right center. Tanner Thomas on the track. Hauls down that shot from Dakota McFadden, who is now 0 for 1 on the night.
He must not have family
Yeah, not in the
in
area.
attendance.
Else that would have traveled the extra 10
Now,
feet or
Josh,
so.
why is, as the greatest showman comes to the dish, Jackson Olsen, I like him for another double. He's swinging a hot bat again. He just comes up and flares. Why is country music a con?
It's not everyone's cup of tea. That's what I'll say.
Jackson doubled on the first pitch he saw tonight. Now he pops out to Bryson Bloomer.
I love country music, but, I mean, Josh, you have such a great taste in music. I can't even hate on you.
Well, thanks, Kyle.
You're great at everything you do.
3 pitches and 2 outs for Porter. And we've got a shot at a heck of an MPI here as Ryan Cox comes up to the dish. Takes his time doing so at that. Coxey had an RBI double back in the second inning. Knocked in Olsen and won the frame. Serves that one out to left. Breland tracking it down. Does he have room? No. Couldn't get there in time.
Man, that would have been a quick one there.
I think that would have been quite possibly the quickest inning in Banana Ball history. We don't have the timer going on in the booth because we were PowerPointing as the frame began. But it's
okay.
something you can easily check after the fact.
Now,
Very much worth it.
There's one more thing that I should add.
Oh, you get to see the MPI right down there. Great
Nice.
work, control room.
One more thing I should add. Of course, the game resumed before we got to the end of the PowerPoint. I give it a Josh's score. And Nashville has gotten a 9 out of 10 guitar picks from me.
Good.
Despite having only been to the hotel in the ballpark.
So that was my next question. Really left a great impression on you. That one, wow! Right back to Porter. He deflects it. He's going to run all the way to the base himself. And it's still a mighty quick inning, right around the 2-minute mark. As he retires the Bananas in order. And the Party Animals claim their first frame of the night. Here's Jesse Cole.
With the Pittsburgh Pirates, let's hear it for Zach Duke!
Well, this is a heck of a surprise, although I did tease that we would have a Major League man coming into the ball game earlier tonight. How about a 15-year MLB vet? Zach Duke at 40 years young.
And I noticed during VIB there was a bunch, I'm assuming it was his family and friends, walking around with an assortment of MLB jerseys that all said Duke on the back. Assuming he played for a lot of different teams.
You can see him right there, 9 of them.
How about that? Good timing. We are cooking with gas up here. Pittsburgh, Arizona, Washington, Milwaukee, Chicago, St. Louis. It's good stuff. I got to chat with him a little bit before the game, and he had nothing but good things to say about Banana Ball and what he experienced. He loved that I was throwing a flat ground pregame in Crocs.
Didn't experience that in 15 years of Major League Baseball. What a delightful surprise. It just gets better. Dalton Malden out at second base with a mic on him. How you living down there, buddy?
What's up, Beaks? I hear you. I hear you loud and clear now.
We've got Josh and Kyle in the booth as well.
What's up, Dalton? Welcome home.
Dude, it feels good to be here, man.
Your mic hot?
Unfortunately, from your lying down position, whatever you said was obscured. But it looks like you're having a blast tonight, man.
Something cool. All right, Beaks, can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear.
Okay.
Dalton, you sound so beautiful.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I said it feels good to be I freaking place.
Chase Acuff leading off against Zach Duke. Is that one between the legs? Ryan Cox, 360.
Oh.
He gets better and better. That was stupendous.
He just... Beaks, you're going in and out here.
Yeah, it's choppy waters here in Music City, buddy.
I hear you good right now.
Oh, you sound tremendous when you're standing
Stay right
still.
there. Don't move at all,
not gonna
even
move.
if a ball's hit.
Okay.
Now, you being the Trevecca Naz, am I pronounced? I don't even, I'm going to butcher it.
Trevecca Nazarene.
Oh, God.
Good work, Dalton.
I told you not to move.
Yeah, we lost.
Ones I was right at you.
Yeah, we lost you a ton when you had to make a play.
I was trying to think of a play last minute, but it was right at me.
That thing got on you quick.
Yeah, how far is Trevecca from where we are at currently right now?
All right, guys, can y'all hear me?
Oh, we got you now, Dalton.
Right, I'm trying to find my spot again.
I think you might be there. That's a nice backdoor bender from Zach Duke. He's throwing some cheddar up there. That was looked like a really nice changeup.
I'm not sure what it was.
Trying to find the spot.
Oh, that's it.
Hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hear you right. Okay, loud and clear.
Oh, my gosh. How about Zach Duke? Came in and just set down the party animals. 1, 2, 3, strikes out Sammy Claycamp.
And Randy's going to worm it.
Dalton, thanks so much, my man.
Great talking to you.
Sorry, guys.
That's not on you, dude. That was delightful. You might be the nicest guy this side of the Mississippi.
Just happy to be here.
Dude, how about Zach Duke?
Disgusting stuff. You need to sign that guy to a contract.
We saw Jeremy Guthrie in Game 1 against the MLBPAA, a 1 minute and 27 MPI. The best we've seen from a guest pitcher. But Zach Duke just had a 1 minute and 34 second MPI. Incredibly impressive from the 15-year Major League veteran.
Cruising.
It is the 17th fastest inning of all time. We've had 2 of them tonight within the top 20. And they were the last 2 half innings we had. It's the soccer mom race. These ladies have to pick up a kid every stop of the way around the bags. And if you do the math, they're going to have 3 for the final 90 feet. And usually somebody falls and multiple people get hurt.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Luckily, they signed the waiver beforehand. Good pace from both our moms here so far. Looks like mom number 2 has her biggest kid joining last. That's good strategy.
Nice.
And she's looking for a comeback.
Oh.
And she's cut off her opponent.
Oh, no.
No, they go
there it
down. Slow and Steady is going to win the race. Heck of a job by that mom.
Really strong stuff.
Mom strength is no joke. And great work by all 8 of our competitors.
We should do a rendition of that race where you have to pick up me, Josh, and Evan.
I love it.
Alawani.
I love it.
That just feels like a good group.
Boy,
Do you think you could get around all the bases with that weight on there? What order are you putting us in? At what base do you want to pick up what person?
I want Josh first, obviously.
Yeah.
I would like Evan at second, and I think I want you at third. Although Evan, the density on Evan.
Yeah, he is a dense boy.
His posterior
yes.
is massive.
Rival's yours, I would say.
Yeah, he's got a just insanely large keister. Jake Lialio's the new man on the mound. I want to comment, we didn't get it on the video, but the kid in the Pirates jersey in that race just did an absolutely spectacular dance coming off the field. And I just want that kid to know that he really killed it. So good work by you, Pirates jersey kid. It's 7-8-9 for the Bananas here in the bottom of the sixth. They just need one run to earn the point available to them. 3-0 count as Lialios gets a pop-up left side of the infield. Bill was trying to end the inning in one fell swoop. Instead, Bryson Bloomer catches the pop-up.
Goodness gracious, home run in an elevator shaft there.
At least it was a home run somewhere.
Did not make it to the land of good and plenty, though.
I don't know how that happened. Porter finishes up 5 innings of work, although he will only get credit for 3 2/3. Bananas walked off the first and second innings tonight. On a Dakota McFadden walk-off sprint and a Ryan Cox walk-off double.
The boys are getting together to groove.
Lialios brings Baber, Acuff, and Hampton into the fold, even gets Thomas and Almodovar in the action. Look at that guy. You can hear the oohs and ahs as Lialios channels his inner snake.
He can contort his body in ways that almost makes you think he doesn't have a spine.
It's hypnotizing.
It really is.
The synergy between all of his body parts is incredible as Hosley tried to take a visit to the land of good and plenty. Elevated heater, 2-1 count. Nanner's left fielder had a 2-base sprint back in the 3rd inning. He was stranded on second.
Probably going to see him on the bump if the game sticks the way that it is rolling into this last 38 minutes.
Lialios behind 3-1. And the Tucson, Arizona native gets a strike as Hosley has to slam the brakes. Count now full. And Randy Voss is going to keep him in there. The party animals want it to be a strikeout. It's just not in the character of the rule.
Yeah, he didn't. Both feet weren't out.
Correct.
Pretty clean.
So the payoff pitch, there's your sprint. Jake fires it low. Acuff to Baber to Bloomer, Swan into the outfield. Hampton, Thomas, and Almodovar just a tad late as Hosley has his second 2-base sprint of the evening. 15th of the tour, ties Meadows for the team high.
And this is what Danny Hosley has been so good about, especially in May. 25% of his plate appearances in the month of May resulted in a ball 4 sprint. It's incredible.
It's wild. And the discrepancy between his batting average and on-base percentage as of late has been wild as Alex Ziegler does what he does best, tricking his way up to the dish.
You would think batting 176 in the month of May, not necessarily an ideal mark, but Danny Hosley reached base at a 417 clip.
Here comes Ziggy hacking first pitch. I mean, all the guy does is find the fat part of the bat.
An on-base percentage over 200 points north of a batting average is pretty unheard of. Obviously, he'd rather not be under the Mendoza line, but anytime you're above 400 in on-base percentage, you're doing a whole lot of things right.
No doubt.
Ziggy with a 1-1 count on him.
No freaking doubt in my mind.
Just like on the 2 challenges tonight, no doubt on me and Josh's mind. It was a cute slide. Hosley just does a little butt bounce on the dirt, right back to his feet.
Have you ever felt the sense of power you have whenever you relook at
Ziggy,
those plays?
dead center field. Hampton on his horse. He tracks it down, but that's a sac fly. Hosley scores. Alex Ziegler walks off the 6th inning. Nanners lead 3-1.
And Alex Ziegler collecting his first walk-off of the season for the Bananas.
And the second of his banana ball career. And this is the Danny Osley dance.
How about that? You score the run, you get to do your signature dance.
That dance literally invented by Danny Osley.
Literally.
And the choreography is stupendous. As we pop up in the booth, Pico Scala, Josh Talevsky, Cowboy Kyle Lewigs, ace of the Savannah Bananas, and it is Hoka giveaway time. That time of the night, folks, where our good friends over at Zappos bless you, the incredible viewers of Banana Ball, with a free pair of Hokas. So you got to click the link in the description of the video or the link that we put in the comment section, and it will send you to the little screen that you can put in your name, some contact info, and the buzzword, which is
Honky Tonk.
Honky Tonk.
Nice. How do you spell it, Josh?
Honky space Tonk. Honky Tonk.
Yeah. Thanks for stepping in there and saying it, because I was like split between Honky Tonk and Hunky Town.
Hunky Town.
It's not Honky Town. It is not Honky Town.
Honky Tonk.
Honky Tonk. Yeah. Only a one-letter difference in one spot there, you know. So
your tear duct is acting up
feel
again.
it.
You're literally crying right now.
You just love honky tonks that much, man.
It's
beautiful.
It's giving away Hokas. It's giving away Hokas. It literally brings a tear to my eye as we get the return of Lathan, the kid umpire. He debuted in Banana Land in Montgomery, and it looks like he's coming out there just juiceful.
Yeah. Oh, he's letting it rip.
Let's give that kid a 4-1-1.
Yeah.
Joe Lytle, wow, it looks like he might try and eject Joe Lytle from this game, and he did. He just ejected Joe Lytle as DJ the Invader takes over on the mound.
I don't even know if that was warranted or not.
Joe was giving him double thumbs down, so if you're 7 years old, I think you can eject somebody for that.
There goes Joe, he's gone. Lathan was doing cartwheels in the dugout, probably for the entirety of the game until he's gone out there right now. I don't know what they gave him. I'm assuming some kind of energy drink, because he wouldn't stop. Look at him. Look at him go.
Yeah, he's filling in for...
He's making up for the lack of dance moves we have to see.
Oh, my gosh.
He won't stop.
With no dabbing?
I don't know what that was.
He just whipped off like 7 different moves. Bill just did a 360 and nearly grabbed the ball. DJ the Invader's in.
And the buzzword is honky tonk.
Thank you. DJ, by the way, with that 4-minute and 7-second average per minutes thrown, is 6th best on the tour, 2nd best on the Bananas, as Dustin Baber chugs a brewski and will hop his way into the box.
Did you guys know that DJ doesn't have a face?
No, because I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's just a blank, nothing. He doesn't have anything there.
Or the lack thereof. Baber pops it out right side. Dan Oberst with some trepidation in his steps, but he makes the snag. And Baber 0 for 3 on the night.
Chase Acup told me DJ just speaks in burrs and vrooms and things.
Pretty much, yeah. It's technically a slur of just
just like wow, 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 wow.
Now Reese Hampton to the top of the Party Animals order we go. 3 for 3 with a run scored. All 3 hit singles.
I was just about to say that I think
does
that make Reese 3 for 3 or 4 for 4?
4 for 4.
The Wendy special.
It's a great deal.
Really is.
No free ads, but it's one of the best.
No, I mean,
it's one of the best in the world.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
You know. Many tried to imitate it. None can replicate it. You know.
Garrett Delano gets his 3rd plate appearance of the night. 1 for 2. Ground out in a hard single. And behind 0-1. Count quickly 0-2.
Who comes up with these buzzwords? Because honky tonk is about as good as they come.
Christina said, Hunky Town? No, Honky Tonk. That's going to be a force out as Hampton bumps into Malden at second. He didn't have a chance in the world. At Delano, here is Jesse Cole.
Dakota Stilts Albritton!
People love him.
Didn't see Stilts coming into this ball game, so he takes the ball from the invader and will face Bryson Bloomer.
Really good stuff from DJ again. I mean, he's just been, not out there for a crazy amount of time in his outings, but he's been nails as of late.
So you can see a 4.7 ERA due to the 4 runs he's given up in 7 2/3 innings thrown. Delano off first. And Bloomer pops it up.
Oh my.
Can Stilts make the play? No. Jackson Olsen does the job for him, but 1 pitch, 1 out. And Dakota gets the Bananas out of the top of the 7th inning. No runs for the Party Animals.
We just gwittied. And that means I'm going to gwitty all the way down to the dugout. I've got to do some ring dude stuff in the 9th. It was a blast. As always, I love Nashville. I especially love you, Josh, and I hope that you have a great rest of your night. I can't say enough good things about you.
Kyle, I love you too, buddy. Have fun down there.
There goes Cowboy Kyle Lewigs. Let's throw it down for the pillow fight.
I'm going to spin you around a couple of times, and I'm going to tell you to go. All right? Oh, shirts are coming off and everything. All right, let's start spinning around. On your mark, spin, go, 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 go. Here we go. Spin it out. Spin it out. And we'll start fighting in 3, 2, 1, fight. They're swinging. Oh, they're swinging hard. They went down on the field. They're swinging hard for the fences. They have no idea where they are. If your blindfold comes off, you've got... I need to stay out of the way. Oh, this is getting interesting down here. They are fighting with all they have. Oh, my goodness. Down he goes. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to choose. How do we feel about Ethan? How did we feel about Brandon? How did we feel about Corey? And what about Cade? Ladies and gentlemen, your undisputed blindfolded pillow fight champion. Give it up for Cade.
Congratulations to Cade, Biko Scala, and Josh Tulevsky, now joined by Zach Duke up here in the broadcast booth. Appreciate it, man.
No, thanks for having me.
Absolutely our pleasure. And Zach, through the top of the 5th inning tonight, in what was quite possibly the greatest pitching performance we've ever had from a former major leaguer in banana ball.
The bar must have been pretty low.
It wasn't insanely high, that's for sure. As we get back to the action, Dalton Malden leading off the bottom of the 7th against Jake Lealios, who's in his 2nd frame of work. Got 2 outs rather in the 6th inning before a sac fly ended it. And it's Dalton with a 2-1 count on him. Banana's second baseman struck out his first time.
Good pitch.
Count 2-2. The man out of Lake City, Florida. He's lived in Nashville for nearly a decade now.
I got to tell you guys, it's my first time taking in the Banana Games live. This is outstanding. I mean, the job that you guys have done with the fan interaction, experience, everything, it's first class.
Well,
so much fun.
Yeah, we appreciate that a ton, Zach. I mean, from your standpoint, I mean, being in the clubhouse with the guys, getting to go out, interact with fans, I mean, what have you taken away from all of that so far?
I'll tell you, one of the coolest parts is when the team goes through the fans outside the gates before the game. I mean, that's something you don't see anywhere else. Gives the fans just such a great chance to come in, interact with the guys that they watch on the shows, and it's just something you don't get anywhere else.
Chopper to Acuff.
And I'll tell you what, I've gotten a whole new respect for what the Bananas and Party Animals guys go through. I mean, the work that they put in, the energy that they bring. I mean, they're here at noon every day practicing all the dances, the choreography, and the baseball part of it. I mean, and to have the energy that they do, and really, they truly care about the fan experience as well as high-quality baseball. So a lot of respect for them.
It's super cool to hear as Dan Oberst comes up to the dish with 2 away. Meadows now 2 for 3 on the night. Dan is 1 for 2 with a run scored. And that one, once again, to Chase. 360.
Off bag.
Offline. We are hitters scorekeepers here in Banana Land.
I like it.
Feels like a hit to Biko. I don't think you would have loved us as your scorekeepers across 15 years in Major League Baseball, though.
Probably not. Might have sent a request up after the game to get that changed, but it's okay.
Michael Deeb will swing it with a man on and 2 down. He's flown out to center twice. Malachi Mitchell pinch runs for Dan Oberst over at first base. Malachi, the tour leader in steals, is 35 for 37. This is game number 40. And he takes off. Not wasting any time. Throw from Cornette on the money, but half a second late. And Malachi's 36 for 38. The son of Dennis Mitchell, gold medal Olympic sprinter for the United States in the 90s. Inning-winning run now in scoring position. 0-2 count on Deeb.
I'll tell you, it's been fun getting to know the guys, the Bananas guys. I didn't realize how many former pro players there are.
Yes.
There's a ton of them.
Deeb spent time with the Chicago White Sox organization.
I also liked hearing how during the off seasons they work with kids and really try to have a positive impact on the kids through the game of baseball, which is what I'm all about nowadays. Started an organization here in town, Framework Athletics, and that's our main thing, just to have a positive impact on the kids, teach game the right way, and try to keep kids playing baseball as long as possible.
Pop out to Bloomer there. Deeb also does that. He's got a few hundred kids that he coaches.
Yeah, we talked about that during batting practice, yeah. Love where his heart's at.
He's as good a guy as you can find in the state of Tennessee. Is Jake Lialios holds serve, and now we have Connor Higgins driving to the mound on a tractor. You never know in Banana Land. With less than 25 minutes to play, we'll take our time with Higgins' trip to the mound. Coming to us fresh off of 5 years in the Los Angeles Angels organization.
Well, there's another one.
Take a look at what he's done on the tour thus far. Hasn't been a successful beginning to his Bananas career, mostly due to a lack of control in some big moments.
Yeah, the ball four sprints have really hurt Connor Higgins mostly, but you like seeing the 8 strikeout from him. He's a guy who throws hard, and when his stuff is on, he's going to generate a lot of swings and misses.
Just like Zach Duke was on the mound today, he's about 94 to 97 miles per hour.
Subtract 10 or 15. I'll tell you what, I felt every bit of 40 years old out there, I'll tell you that.
When was the last time that you had thrown off of a mound?
Competitively?
Yes.
Competitively, it's not since 2019.
Right.
I did, for a couple years in a row, I did throw one day a year. I would pitch against some high school kids, but that's once a year. So, yeah, 2019 was my last time. I did throw a bullpen on Monday just to try to test if my arm was going to blow out or not. It passed the test, so I figured I'd come out here and give it a shot.
Oh, boy, did you give it a shot. For anybody who may have missed it, it was the top of the 5th inning. You should go back and watch it, because it will only take you 1 minute and 35 seconds. And you get to see a trick play at short from Ryan Cox, a hot shot to Dalton Malden, who was mic'd up at second, although the mic was gobbledygook, and then a strikeout.
3-pitch strikeout.
How about that?
Tried to be efficient out there. I only have so many bullets left in me. I got to make them count.
6 pitches. It's pretty good.
3 outs on 6 pitches. Wish I'd have done that more in my major league career.
You are tied with Brett Helton, Garrett Delano, and Jared Donaldson for the 9th fastest inning in Banana Ball history. Top 10, man.
What's the fastest?
1 minute and 13 seconds.
Darn it.
We've got a lot
still
of guys.
Respectable. It's still respectable.
A lot of guys in the 120s and 130s.
Yeah, but how old are those guys?
Almost half your age.
Can we have a 40 and over category for the fastest inning?
I think you can. That's where you're second all-time to Jeremy Guthrie. He threw a 127.
I'll take second. That's fine.
It's good company, too.
Yeah, Jeremy Guthrie's great people. So
yeah.
I'll accept that.
Now, amongst guys who are just 40 years of age, you're number 1 all time. Guthrie's 44, so.
Yeah, I love how we're just keeping whittling it down, giving some chances here.
That's what we do,
like
us baseball guys. You know?
Filter the stats till they make a good point,
Yeah,
right?
factor in day games, full moons. It's a full moon right now,
No
so
doubt.
throw that in the equation too. Dalton Cornett grounds out. He's now 2 for 4 on the night. And Tanner Thomas, 1 for 3 last time up. Line drive, RBI single. Will swing it.
I love how they leave the tractor out there as an obstacle.
Yes.
That's nice.
Tell you what, it's an obstacle for our center field camera.
No doubt.
I don't think we thought about that before. We put the big hunk of machinery out there right where we wanted to see the strike zone.
See, we've had a tractor, we've had a barrel, we've had a toy car. We've had a couple of different things out there behind the pitcher's mound.
Gets weirder as we go. Common refrain in Banana Land. Higgins is primarily fastball slider, working on a changeup. He's actually found a lot more success with the changeup with this banana ball compared to the slider. He's been having trouble spinning it. As you see the heater outside and a full count.
I'll tell you what, those balls are a little different. They are a little different. They're a little slick, not a lot of seam on them. So it's actually somewhat similar to a Major League ball in that regard. It's just yellow.
Yeah, you saw Higgins try and throw a 3-2 slider there and never stood a chance. Tanner will be content with 1 base on the sprint as the Bananas continue to be awful efficient in their ball 4 sprint defense. What are your thoughts on that as opposed to a walk?
I'm all for it. Is there a chance for an out? I'll take every chance for an out we can get. I haven't seen a fan catch a ball yet today, which that was one of my goals. I wanted to get a fan make an out for me, but too many ground balls.
A lot of real estate here in First Horizon Park,
yeah,
too.
It's a big park, that's for sure. Last time I was here was in 2017. I was rehabbing from Tommy John surgery with the Cardinals organization. Just so happened that the Memphis Redbirds were in town here, and I got to pitch here for a game, which was fun. But it's a very nice park. It's such an upgrade from Greer that was here before.
I've heard it is.
Man, this place is really, really nice now.
There's an odd one there. Breland steals first for the 2nd time on the tour. Higgins just threw the glove right off of Bill Leroy. So 2 on and 1 down. And an 0-1 count on Chase Acuff. Breland now 2 for 3. He's been on base 3 out of 4 times. Chase 0 for 3. Round out to third, 2 to short. Tanner Thomas off of second. Breland was just handstanding upside down off first. Tanner breaks for second, or for third rather. The throw goes to second. Breland got a really late jump, but a high throw from Leroy and a double steal for the Party Animals. Tanner with his 12th bag swiped in 13 tries. Breland 7 for 8 now. And then a 3-1 count on Acuff. This is where sprints are so dangerous. That's not an open base at first. Ball 4 means both guys in scoring position are going to score easily. Tanner will gritty onto the plate. Breland right behind him. Acuff content with 1 base on the sprint as he picks up his 14th and 15 RBIs on the tour. And that's where sprints are not a pitcher's friend.
No. Definitely see what you're talking about with struggles with command. It's tough. Live arm, though. For sure.
That's a fact.
Very live arm.
You can't teach 94 to 97.
No, from the left side. It's impressive.
Made it up to AAA with the Angels. And then injuries derailed the minor league career, which certainly still has an incredibly bright future. Pitched in the Australian Baseball League this past winter. Is that
tractor was almost in play.
Yeah, in off the hands. Coxey goes behind the back to Malden at second. For the second out. And it looks like all the Bananas are going to join him on the tractor for a second out of the inning celebration. You don't see that every day. Picture time on the tractor. And he's going to be driven right off the field.
Right now in the bucket, that can't be comfortable.
Here comes Jesse Cole. And here's the man in the yellow tux.
Fans now coming to pitch. Former World Series pitcher, Major League All-Star, and Red Sox Hall of Famer, 76 years young. Let's hear it for Bill, the Spaceman Lou.
Well, he spent one less year in the bigs than you, Zach. But what a living legend who hasn't stopped pitching professionally since he left the Montreal Expos after 1982.
I'll tell you what a joy it has been to get to talk to Bill Lee today. My goodness. He is, I mean, I had seen interviews with him, read some of his stuff. He lives up to it in person, I'll tell you that. He is a character.
Is there anything you can share with the world that he told you that's safe for televised broadcast?
Yeah, he actually drove here from Vermont.
Yes.
Just last night, I guess. So, 76 years old, driving from Vermont in his van. I mean, who does that?
Bill Lee.
Only Bill Lee does that, right?
The Spaceman. Yeah, he loves driving around in that, it seems like a 2008 Toyota Prius.
Yeah. He said he was talking about his farm up in Vermont, and he said he drives the Tundra in the winter and a Prius in the summer.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
This guy's got it figured out. At 76 years young, with a full moon looking down on him. Bill faces off against Sam Claycamp, and that one popped right side of the infield. Oberst with the call and the catch.
On the glove spike, I love it. Out of way, Spaceman. Out of way.
Bill does his job. He's still yet to give up a sprint in what's turning into an illustrious Bananas career.
I love it.
Pitches to contact.
Heck yeah.
Zach, we'd love to keep you in the booth all night long, man, but I want you to get to experience this thing as a fan as much as you can. So,
well, I appreciate it. It's been a great experience so far. Thanks for having me. My son has had an absolute blast. Everybody's treated him like family and part of the team all day. Couldn't ask for anything more. It's been phenomenal.
Listen, the invite is always open for a multitude of reasons, but you keep throwing top 10 fastest innings in Banana Ball history.
Listen, I set the bar too high. I don't know that I can come back and repeat that, so I may just ride off into the sunset with that one.
Well, thanks so much, Zach.
Well, you never
really
know.
appreciate you.
You
That's
never
a
know.
fact.
Zach, great meeting you.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good night.
You too, man. There goes 15-year MLB vet Zach Duke, who dazzled on the bump tonight. As Josh said, only 6 pitches and 1 minute and 35 seconds. We turn the capital of the Volunteer State yellow as we stretch in the middle of the 8th inning tonight. Full capacity First Horizon Park is lighting up the Nashville sky.
We love you so much, Banana Nation. Now let's go, Bananas!
From the boss himself, it's time to get wild in the final 12 plus minutes we have. By the way, I never mentioned it, but the Hoka's giveaway has ended. It ended a half inning ago. Best of luck to everybody who entered. The winner will be notified on the post-game show tonight. Brandon Sherman, the new man on the bump for the Party Animals. Take a look at what he's done in 29 1/3 innings on the tour, averaging 4 minutes and 38 seconds per inning thrown. And he's got the meat of the Bananas order, 4, 5, 6. Dakota McFadden, the DH. Walked off the first inning with the sprint. Flew out to right his last time up. Count even at 1-1. As Maceo Harrison coaching third base for the Nanners. belting out some Taylor Swift. Ball out to center. Reese Hampton drifting back will make the catch for out number 1. Not a launch angle from D-Mac tonight. Probably about 10 feet off a homer his first time. Maybe 30 feet away from one there.
And you know, he's still thinking about extending his streak of home runs in consecutive series. He's at 4 at the moment. He'd love to make it 5 before he leaves Nashville.
Now Jackson Olsen, double and a run scored his first time popped out. To Bloomer at third, his last trip to the dish. As he loops that one towards left center, Hampton's got a beat on it and will snag it on the run. That's what an 80-grade outfielder looks like. That's what the scout said when Reese was with the Detroit Tigers organization. Numbers don't lie. That guy patrols a mean center field.
I mean, he has excellent routes to the balls. His jumps are phenomenal. There's a reason most of the season he's been patrolling center field for the Party Animals.
Only 1 error on the year. 4 for 10 in trick plays as Cox pops it up. And Hampton gives way to Dustin Baber, who can't snag it. Boy, that would have been a sub-2-minute inning. But miscommunication between Reese and Baber. And the Bananas have life. The inning tying run will now get a chance to come to the dish in the form of Bill Leroy.
I mean, you wonder if maybe, likely confusion there as well, but maybe Dustin Baber losing it in the lights here in this ballpark a little bit. I mean, it's tricky coming into a new place and trying to find a baseball high in the air, especially this time of night.
Bill 0 for 2 on the night. Fly out and a pop. The official scoring decision on that one, Josh.
That's probably a hit.
How about it? Congratulations, Ryan Cox, who is now 2 for 3 on the night. He had a walk-off double that won the second inning. As Bill lines that to center, Hampton trotting in, sliding snag. He makes all 3 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Party Animals win it. It's a 3-2 ball game. Here's the young professor.
Party Animals pick up a win in that inning, making the score 3-2 as we head into the 9th. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the final inning where anything can happen. The Bananas are in the driver's seat here. All they need to do is get 3 outs to send us home happy with a Bananas victory. But in the final inning of Banana Ball, every run counts for a point. That means this is as high stakes as it gets. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to make some noise and welcome to the final inning.
And fans, it's time to meet the ring dudes for tonight's game. First on the Party Animals dugout, number 27 pitcher Jake Rios. On top of the Savannah Bananas dugout, number 12, Cowboy Kyle Hughes.
Well, the man holding the sign in our graphic right here is on top of the third base dugout, Jake Lialios, as you heard, on the first base side. And Kyle was telling you all you need to know about it. You heard it from the young professor. You were able to read it right there. But every run that is scored in the final inning we play in Banana Ball counts as a point. And out of 40 games on the tour, we've made it to the 9th inning within the 2-hour time limit 36 times.
Yeah, it's really remarkable. And, you know, it's impressive tonight that we get to the 9th inning in the midst of 2 challenges early on in this ball game as well.
Historic evening in Powder City. Danny Hosley, the best pitcher on the tour. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Will come in to try and nail down what would be his 9th save of the season.
Hosley, terrific in the month of May. 4 saves and 4 save opportunities. And what's impressive is the Party Animals, a team batting .318 on the season, but their batting average in the 9th inning, the entire tour, has been a 192.
It's because it's Danny Hosley time, at least the majority of the time. It's a jarring stat. And Dustin Baber lines it to right, tumbling, diving catch, Noah Bridges. 1 pitch, 1 out. Slap a star next to that in your book at home.
Just another gem from Noah Bridges. We saw him show off the arm in the first inning. Now he's going to flash the leather here in the ninth with the game on the line, just a 1-point game. That is a huge first out for the Bananas.
It was a barrel from Babes. Quality at bat in the book. Sad way to make your night 0 for 4 overall. Party Animals order turns on its head. We're at the top. Reese Hampton, 4 for 4 on the night. Nobody's ever gone 5 for 5 in Banana Ball history. All 4 hits for Reese are singles. Scored a run in the 5th. Bananas lead by a point. 2 outs away from winning the first game of this 2-game set here in Nashville. Foul tip into the middle of Roy. 1-2 count. And a good fight there as that changeup darted down and away. Danny's fastball, 12-6 curveball, and that nasty change, which he says is his best pitch. And the pride of Vienna, Virginia, on the mound against the man out of Charleston, North Carolina in the box. Pardon me, Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte and Charleston, always been a problem for Biko. Especially since we've already been to Charleston, but it was in West Virginia. I digress. Another big pitch. Lifted to left center. DR tracks it down and makes the catch for out number 2. Party Animals' last hope of the night is Garrett Delano. Pinch hit for Joe Lytle in the 3rd inning, has gone 1 for 3 on the night and scored a run. That lower third lies to you. As I mentioned, 1 for 3 on the night and has scored a run. I think we got a little copy and paste issue from Reese Hampton's evening sometime. I don't know. Actually, no, he was 4 for 4. Anyway.
You digress again.
To the task at hand. Cut and miss on the heater. 1-1 on Delano, who's moved into the EH spot with Cornett taking over for Lytle behind the dish. That one lined up the middle, and the Party Animals have life. The game-tying run is aboard. The potential go-ahead run steps up to the dish in the form of Bryson Bloomer.
Now that is an impressive at-bat from Garrett Delano. That was his first plate appearance against Danny Hosley on the season. And when you're facing the Tour's best pitcher, being able to get a 2-out knock like that and extend the inning is a massive.
Danny doesn't have a 1.8 ERA for nothing. It's been video game numbers. And Bryson Bloomer has had a handful of at-bats against him. This is not a new experience for the Party Animals third baseman. Big Bender in there for strike 1. Back up the middle, Hosley's there with the glove. Underhand to first. The Bananas win night 1 in Nashville, 3 points to 2. Hosley nails down his 9th save of the tour. And the Bananas are 1 win away from claiming the Volunteer State. Nanners improved to 18-20 with a pair of ties on the tour and 13-17 against their arch rivals. We'll throw it down to Bill Leroy to shout out himself and his teammates as they squeak away with a 1-point victory.
You guys know what to do. Get those hands together. Coming to the mound one last time to celebrate a Bananas win, myself, Bill Leroy. Up next, we have our wonderful coaches, Coach Adam Vira and Coach Tyler Gillum. And of course, our entertainers, Malachi, Flash the Kid Mitchell, our bat trickster, Alex Ziegler, the tallest man in sports, Dakota Stilts Albritton, and of course, our dancing first base coach, Maceo. Up next, we have our pitchers and entertainers, our reserves. Matt Malatesta, DJ the Invader, Christian Mr. Electric Dearman, Mr. Duke, Mr. Ryan Kellogg, Mr. Connor Higgins, Kyle Weeks, and starting pitcher Jared Donaldson. Coming up next, Rocky number 9, your favorite cowboy in right field, Savannah Bananas heartthrob, Noah Bridges. Up next, the slammer himself with the legend, Reginald Horton, Mr. Danny Oberst. Closing out the game in the 9th inning, number 18, the man with the moves, Danny Hosley. The trick shortstop, multiple tricks tonight at shortstop, number 6, Mr. Ryan Cox. With a backflip catch in center field tonight, rocket number 5, the Doc, D.R. Meadows. Nashville's own, the Songbird number 13, Mr. Dalton Balding. Coming to the mound with the sleeves rolled up, the Italian Stallion, Vincent DeRubitz. And coming up, beating his chest right now, rocket number 24, Dakota D-Mac McFadden. Number 7, the man himself, Michael Vitamin D. And last but not least, our social media star and our greatest showman, number 8, Jackson Olsen.
Boy, the dirty dancing at the end of that never gets old. That is some good fun every time Bill lifts Kyle into the air. So once again, the Bananas escape the Party Animals with a 3-2 win tonight. And as we look down at a First Horizon Park that is emptying into a Nashville night, what a huge win for the Nanners, who are now 4 games behind the Party Animals in the season series.
It was a big win. We traditionally see the Bananas win on Friday nights. They claim yet another, and overall, really solid showing. I mean, after some bullpen woes in Tulsa and Oklahoma City's game 2, the Bananas able to come through, only allow 2 earned runs to the Party Animals as a bullpen unit, and end up coming away with the win. 6 trick plays for the Bananas tonight. That puts them only 2 away from 150 on the season. And by the way, the Bananas accomplished and got their 200th RBI of the season tonight on Ryan Cox's double in the second.
Oh my goodness. So a whole lot to break down there as the Bananas defeat the Party Animals 3-2 on night 1 in Nashville. This was the 40th game of the tour, 70th Banana Ball game of all time. The sport is still young as ever. Happy Big Tiger Friday to everybody out there, by the way. In case you just joined, I don't know why you would just join, but Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala, These shirts are from Caprice George. These cookies are from Caprice George. So we're going to kind of snack as we wrap this thing up. Josh, I want to talk about Jared Donaldson, who went 5 innings, 2 runs, giving up 13 hits, but he didn't allow a party animal to score until the 2 scored in the 5th inning. He stranded 8 party animals through the first 4 frames, handed a 1-point lead over to the Bananas bullpen, who had not been great with them in Oklahoma, and boy, they got the job done.
Well, first off, cheers to Donnie. And yes, I mean, great performance from Jared Donaldson. Believe it or not, he gave up 10 hits in his last start to the Party Animals, and that at the time was his season high. Now it's at 13, but you've got to credit him for what he was able to do, and credit the Bananas defense. Ryan Cox got 2 big critical double plays for him in the middle of that ball game, and I think that's really what helped Jared Donaldson out there on the mound. Noah Bridges with an excellent gun of Reese Hampton in the first inning. There was just a lot of good defense from the Bananas tonight, and I mean, you saw it again, 6 trick plays for them.
Yeah, you don't make that happen without all the Party Animals runners who were gunned down on the bases. Reese in the first, Reese in the third, Breland in the fourth, all taken off the base pads in aggressive plays. I mean, Breland was stealing on a pitch and then just didn't realize until it was too late that it was coming down into Ryan Cox's bare hand and a rifle was coming across the diamond over to first. But Hampton, I mean, he's got such great speed and he has such great baseball knowledge, right? He's got the IQ. His read on the bouncer into right field in the first inning was too good. Like, he was rounding second base as the ball was hitting the ground, and it was only a hop away from Noah Bridges, and then it's just a perfect throw getting him. Really, he forced 2 perfect throws. Cox and Bridges were ready for the task.
I mean, the Bananas played a pretty perfect defensive game tonight. I mean, you talk about that Reese Hampton play in the first. If there's one thing we've learned about Reese Hampton, especially this season, is he wants to play the game consistently. He now has a 23-game hit streak, by the way.
Wow.
And he plays the game with a lot of aggression, and that shows up in the way that he plays the outfield and runs the bases.
Yeah, that is a fact. And it was clutch. Bananas hitting early on. We played 9 innings tonight. The Bananas only got 3 points. 2 of them were in the first 2 innings. The DMAC walk-off sprint in the first and the Cox walk-off double in the second. That's really what powered this victory.
Look, we had 2 challenges early on in this ball game. We still got it in under 2 hours. That's a pretty big accomplishment. There's a lot to be looking forward to going forward in this sport.
Yes, I would like to pat both Josh's back and my own for our just remarkable poise and feel in both of those challenges. First was in the bottom of the first inning. D.R. Meadows was thrown out going to home. The fan threw the challenge. Shout out Joey Green, the first ever fan, the fan challenger, who's got his whole gavel and the judge's outfit and the sign and the, everything. So he throws the flag, he shoots the confetti, and all of a sudden it's on us to decide if Meadows is safe or out. And it was inconclusive.
Yeah, and, that's usually the normal call in Major League Baseball. And for right now, we're trying to abide by those standards of just if you can't find a replay angle that's going to be able to overturn a call, the original call on the field is going to stand.
Yeah, for sure. My rating on the chocolate chip cookie was a 9.87 out of 10. I mean, there's not much more I could ever want from a chocolate chip cookie.
I'm going 9.6. I like where your head's at here, kid.
All right, now we're on Caprice's butter almond cookies. Oh. Yeah, get you one of these. Wow. You'd be a fool not to. I actually had a cookie last night when we were at Left at Home, the fantastic bar out beyond left field for the Dalton Malden concert. Caprice hit me up with a cookie then as well. It was absolutely remarkable. Cheers, my dear friend. Now, the Bananas have only won Florida, and the Party Animals have won Texas and Oklahoma. They got a nice little 2 states touching each other out there in the middle of the country. The Bananas are 1 win away from taking the state of Tennessee. It's all on the line tomorrow with Cowboy Kyle on the bump.
Yeah, and I mean, the Bananas have addressed the fact that they're really struggling on Saturdays, and I think they're going to try and turn that around tomorrow. Kyle Lewiggs had a really great start against the Party Animals his last time out. When he left that ball game, he was in line for the win. It was really the bullpen that wasn't able to hold on and get the Bananas that OKC sweep. But the Bananas, they're going to go to their ace again, and you got to think that Kyle Lewiggs is going to be able to settle in there and start June on a good note with his first win of the season against the Party Animals.
It's pretty wild that he hasn't been able to ascertain one yet, but he's been really solid on the bump and just hasn't had the run support or has lost a lead in a game, and then the Bananas end up coming back later. And yeah, there's a lot of reasons why that could happen. Wow, that was amazing. I like the chocolate chip a little bit more, so I'm giving it a 9.54. It was incredible still.
9.4 for me. I like the butter.
Yeah, the butter is really delightful. We have a third kind of cookie. Yeah, now we've got the salted toffee pecan. Okay, I think this might have been what I tried last night, but anyhow, we'll venture into it. So, huge game tomorrow night. The pregame will be 6:30 p.m. Central Time. First pitch will be 7 p.m. Central. There will be more challenges. You can bet your bottom dollar. Thankfully for Josh, myself, Zach Frangelo, and everybody, that is everybody who is involved in the decision-making on these plays. The second replay we had tonight with Chase Acuff originally being ruled out on what would have been a double play was a very easy one for us to make.
It was a perfect scenario tonight. We got to see how it goes both ways in a ball game. And so, there's a lot to really look forward to in the future for Banana Ball.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the pecans. Whoa. That's a pretty unique cookie right there.
I had a feeling going into this it would be my favorite. On name basis alone.
I'm going 969. It's right in between the first two cookies there for me.
Oh, I'm even higher than you. 9.7.
Wow. Really nice cookie. Really nice cookie. Caprice, thank you so much for the cookies. Thank you for the shirts. Thank you for showering us with toffees and candles and all kinds of treats. You are one of the greatest fans of all time for the Savannah Bananas, and we love you. And thank you very much to everybody who watched this broadcast tonight, because it was an absolute blast, and it's time to tell you who won the Hokas. It is, drum roll please, Josh. Perfect. Jamma Weaver, congratulations. Your new Hokas will be on the way. That is some really good stuff. And before we shut this thing down and recoup and try and survive Nashville tonight before we resume this series tomorrow, let's shout out all the cast and characters and creative goofs who made this broadcast possible, starting with the folks in Savannah in the control room, an hour in the future from us. Thank you so much for staying up a little late and having fun. Griffin Ellis, our technical director, always pressing all the right buttons. Our director, Keegan Woods, always calling out the right cameras. Our video legend, Chris Sachi, with the excellent Breland Almadova Showman of the Night video. Our YouTube king, Zach Bro. We bow to you, Zacharias. On audio, Katie Duke, always the best on the ones and the twos. And replay, Jalen Johnson. You are undefeated and can't wait to see all of the amazing shots that you've gathered for us here on our rollout. Julia and Kwanzi, the two-headed monster on graphic. Shout out Julia Massey and Kwanzi. You never get a last name because he is like Prince. All you get is Kwanzi. Here in Nashville, thank you so much to Emerson Elmgren, the Iron Horse of BTV, on the first base camera and across the diamond from Emerson. Did we have a third base camera? Yes, John. Thank you, John. You also only get one name for John, although not like Prince. It's just because I only have one name here. For our high home cameraman, Clayton Franklin, best in the biz. Thank you so much, Clayton. And our drone flyer extraordinaire, Nick Keldy, as well as our wireless cameraman, Chris Haynes. You guys are a dream team. Phenomenal work. Our moderators in the chat, Scott Thompson and Colbite. Thank you so much. And a huge thanks to the Nashville Sounds, the AAA affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. I don't think we even mentioned that once tonight. Yeah, this is the AAA affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. You have been amazing. We have really felt at home here. These last couple stops have been phenomenal, and those folks with the Nashville Sounds, Hunter and Brendan in particular, who have just given us everything we could ever need to hit the ground running here in Music City. Thank you so much to you two, as well as Andrew and Kyle on the center field and low home cameras. And, by the way, John, who was on that third base camera, yeah, he's with the Nashville Sounds as well. So you guys knocked it out of the park. Josh Talevsky, same to you on color commentary.
Buckaroo, I'll tell you, this was a rootin' tootin' good time, and you did a phenomenal job yourself.
Couldn't said it any better myself. Thank you very much to Michael Deeb, Kyle Lewigs, and Zach Duke for coming up onto the broadcast, and for Dalton Malden in his adopted home city for slapping a mic on him out at second base. For Chad Reese, the straw that stirs the drink of Bananas TV, our coordinating producer and our North Star, as well as our executive producers, Jared Orton and Emily, Jesse, and Carrie Cole. I am Biko Scala saying so long for now. We will be in action tomorrow night. Remember, 6:30 pregame and 7 p.m. first pitch. That's all Central Time, and we are going to rock it and roll it on a Saturday. Let's see if the Bananas can win a state or if those party animals can stay red hot on Saturday. Nanners win tonight 3-2. We'll catch you on the flippity flop, and of course, we'll see you later!